pullers. And Saturday, June 8th, the kids pedal pull will take place prior to 9 classes from the Ohio State Tractor Pull Association. They take center stage on 2 tracks at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss the Spring Showdown at Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. Dragway 42 presents the Bad Gear Spring Showdown, June 7th and 8th in West Salem, Ohio. Classes on Friday, June 7th include classes from Central Ohio Truck Pullers and Tri-State Mini Rods. Saturday, June 8th, the kids pedal pull will take place prior to 9 classes from the Ohio State Tractor Pull Association. They take center stage on 2 tracks at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss the Spring Showdown at Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. Dragway 42 presents the Bad Gear Spring Showdown, June 7th and 8th in West Salem, Ohio. Classes on Friday, June 7th include classes from Central Ohio Truck Pullers and Tri-State Mini Rods. Saturday, June 8th, the kids pedal pull will take place prior to 9 classes from the Ohio State Tractor Pull Association. They take center stage on 2 tracks at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss the Spring Showdown at Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio. Dragway 42 presents the Bad Gear Spring Showdown, June 7th and 8th in West Salem, Ohio. Classes on Friday, June 7th include classes from Central Ohio Truck Pullers and Tri-State Mini Rods. Saturday, June 8th, the kids pedal pull will take place prior to 9 classes from the Ohio State Tractor Pull Association. They take center stage on 2 tracks at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss the Spring Showdown at Dragway 42.
Hey, what's going on, everybody out there? Mike Idle here for Beer Money Pulling Team. Jason and Kinsey are back screen having some technical issues, but they will be with us just as soon as those get sorted out. I was joking with our guest and the green screen back here talking about how pulling, you've always got to clean some things out and lean some things out, and sometimes that happens on podcasts as well. So they'll get that off the starting line here very quickly and be joining us. But that being said, I am Mike Idle with Beer Money Pulling Team here with our guest Kyle Mitchum. Say it for me. I'm not going to say it correctly. Matcham. Kyle Matcham from Ohio, promoter. Tell me your title. You're at the Dragway 42 in West Salem, Ohio. Are you owner, promoter, catch-all, be-all? What's your role out there, big guy?
I guess I'd say I'm a catch-all. Being within the family business, a little bit of a catch-all. I would say I'm a promoter of truck and tractor pulls at the facility. So
as we were speaking briefly beforehand here, it's a drag strip first and foremost, but you've kind of been the driving force behind hosting a truck and tractor pull there. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah, the facility reopened in 2017, and we've been having truck and tractor pulls there starting in 2018. So okay, I've sort of been heading up those with some help, obviously a lot of help make an event be successful. But
right. Yeah. It's no small task. I talk about it all the time on this show. Fans come in and they see the awesome smoke and they see all the vehicles going down the track, but whether it be drag racing or pulling, there's a lot that goes in behind the scenes to make that happen. Do you guys just have one pull per year, or how often does this pop up on your schedule?
2. So we have one in the spring and one in the fall.
Perfect.
Obviously this weekend, so the 7th and 8th of June, and then we'll also have another pull with Ohio State, and then we're for the first time going to be having Champions Tour mini rods and PPL Unlimited Supers on September 14th. So
excellent.
Basically bookend the Ohio Fair season, I guess I'd say. We try to we're one of the first ones out, and one of the last.
Full season, or however you want to look at it. Yeah, going from June to September and in there. So we're talking about the one coming up next weekend, this weekend. It's pull week. There are so many pulls. We talked about it on the show last week. This is one of the ones we highlighted. Lots of pulls coming up this upcoming weekend. So Friday night, you guys are going to be hosting the Central Ohio Truck Pullers. Is that right? And then on Saturday, we'll switch to OSTPA. So tell us about working with the Central Ohio Truck Pullers, and tell us what's on the docket for Friday night.
So on Friday, we work with the Central Ohio Truck Pullers. We'll have 4 classes there. We've been working with them for a couple years now, and always seem to bring out a lot of good iron and competition with their classes and competitors. It's also being one of the first pulls out of the year. It's always exciting because you don't know how everyone stacked up from last year, who's made improvements, new vehicles that they've kept under wraps. You don't know what could potentially be there if they've kept it secret enough. So
yeah,
we also have the Tri-State mini rods, 4 different classes there, which brings all from. I've seen some vehicles that they have that people have stacked a couple snowmobile motors on a wedge frame, and it's interesting. A lot of ingenuity.
So these are not, you mentioned, your PPL or your PPL Champions Tour mini rods. These are going to be more what we would call like your naturally aspirated mini rods or your Club Series mini rods. So kind of going down our schedule here for your Tri-State guys, you've got 1,450 pound zingers, 1950 is that big block carbureted?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big block carb.
Yep. And then 1850 small block, 2050 open.
Correct.
But is it open small block?
It's an open small block. Correct.
Are all those classes I read off, all of them naturally aspirated? We're not going to look at any forced air or any chargers on any of these guys.
There is some chargers, I believe, on this open small block side.
Okay. Well, that'd be a fun little show. So at 2,050 pounds, that's at the same weight that the national level mini rods are running at. And those little small blocks are going to crank quite a bit of RPM. So you put a charger on those, and that could get a little wild for you guys.
Yeah. And I believe I got off the phone recently. There's one of the supporters of our event, the Millers, they've stepped up from the Tri-State organization into a full-blown bigger national level.
Right.
They're supposed to make an exhibition pass at some point.
Oh, excellent. So that'll be a ton of fun for the fans to see as well right there then. So, so super cool. And then Saturday, so you're working with 3 different associations here. The COTPC guys, along with the Tri-State guys, are going to be out there on Friday. Yeah. And then Saturday, you're shifting gears over to OSTPA. And OSTPA is one of the more predominant state level or regional level pulling associations out there. They do a lot of good stuff. So tell us about what's going on Saturday night.
Correct. So on Saturday night, we have the Ohio State. We have all 9 classes, which is every class that the state offers, from tractors, trucks, obviously the fan favorite, the semis. So we got a little bit of everything. This will be, for most classes, this will be their first points hook of the season. So again, always interesting to see at the beginning of the season how everyone stacks up through the off season with their changes, new vehicles. You don't know what might potentially show up being
right.
So it's always exciting.
Chapter 1. I wrote an article earlier today about a lot of associations opening up, and you can really look at a point season as a story, as like a whole script or a whole narrative. And this weekend's going to be chapter 1 for a lot of people. And those are kind of your big questions: is who's got new iron, what's going to be debuted, who's looking just for a successful A to B pass, just easing into the season, and then who's coming out with that big dog set on kill, because there's kind of 3 different things you can pay attention to opening weekend of pulling, and that's going to be there.
You'll definitely see that this weekend.
We'll probably see all 3, right? Yeah. And it's funny how sometimes it's the A to B guys that come out on top, but then there's always that X factor guy who has it set on kill and pulls the damn thing, way out the money side. So that's why opening weekend's a fun time. You talked about the semis being a fan favorite, and holy moly, are they? Those pro stock semis. Do you guys have a big turnout, big base of those there in Ohio?
Yeah, just last weekend for the state had their first hook in Mile Branch, and they had six trucks there on Friday night. So state usually averages. It has good numbers and good competition, I'd say, especially at a state level semi class. There's some of the best of the best come out of the state of Ohio.
Yeah, and that pro stock class too. There for a while, everyone wants to think big and bad, and the hot rod semis or the super semis, depending on what association you're with and what they call them. But I know the association I work with, the Outlaws, we've adopted the pro stock semis recently, and it was far and away one of our most requested classes out there. When we went back to fair boards and just spoke with fans in the off season. They're a popular class. It's a reliable class, and it's a lot of fun. So I can imagine that's going to be a big show for you guys. But how you said 9 classes total? What are some other the fan favorites? What do they like out there in West Salem, and what are you excited to be promoting on Saturday night?
There's definitely a cross with our drag racing fans that I believe do like the four. We have the super modified 4-wheel drive, the blower trucks,
sure,
2-wheel drives, and then obviously the modified tractors. So I think some of our drag racing spectators and fans that come out there on a weekly basis can really relate to those classes more than they can a diesel, personally. But
that would be a lot of fun, because in the world of pulling, we see so much black smoke is king, but where you guys get to promote some drag racing, you probably do catch a different audience, and some of the spark plug fans can come out and have a nice time with you guys as well. Do you see a lot of familiar faces, a lot of your drag show guys that are at your track regularly coming out to support you?
Yeah, there's a lot that do come out.
Mike,
schedule that or have it marked on the calendar, because obviously there's a lot of our racers that, since we don't have anything going on the drag track that weekend, they're sort of
no, you can't get back in. I'm the only one in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you putting the comments?
So that's really cool, and you can folks out there, you might be able to hear Jason and Kinsey in the background. They're just about to get things sorted out.
Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you now. You've got audio, you don't have video.
Oh. Kyle, I hate technology sometimes.
There he is. There he is.
I'm sorry, guys.
Boss man.
I'm not sure what's been going on tonight, but it's not been fun, so it's all good.
Been there.
Good to see you,
Jason.
Kyle.
How's it going tonight, buddy?
Good to see you, Kyle. Excited for Dragway 42. We've been working with you for a couple years. You're a hell of a good promoter. Didn't you guys get pull of the year last year?
Yeah, last year we were recognized for Ohio State's pull of the year in 2023
awesome.
for the pullers. So try to really work on that. Try to make the experience best for everyone, from fans, spectators, pullers alike. So
nice. How's the weather looking for this weekend?
Last I looked, Friday and Saturday were both good. So
good.
I mean, it's too early.
I know.
As Michael, with doing a drag race, that and with drag racing, it's unfortunately or fortunate. I look at the weather every single week, and lately it's had a lot of rain in it. So sometimes I hesitant to really look until it's that day, until they're a little bit more accurate.
Yep.
I feel they're too
That's
far
all
off.
we did preparing for the Pullers Championship, was just saw rain in the forecast for 2 straight weeks, and then we had a heck of a show. So, you know, just put the phone down and it's going to be what it's going to be, right?
Right. If the rock's wet, it's raining. If the rock's dry, it might be hopefully dry. So, I mean, it's not, unfortunately, I don't have a dome over we don't have a dome over the facility. So what Mother Nature throws at us, she throws at us. But so far, so good with the weather forecast. So.
Yeah, we had beautiful weather in Benson this past weekend, Kyle. And the promoter out there said, I need to have a tractor pull to have good weather, because normally that's, they drag race all the time out there, and they've had a lot of rain. It says it's really bummed them out this year. So
it's been across the board for a lot of drag race, a lot of motorsports facilities in general, dirt tracks in Ohio, drag race facilities, you name it.
Yeah, but people get pretty pumped up for it, and that's what kind of bums them out. So. Well, good deal. Let's cover your event one more time. I'm gonna put the poster back up on the screen, and then we're gonna let you go, and we're gonna talk to Gabe. Let's see here, Kyle. If you want to kind of take us through everything again, just the main highlighted points, please, Kyle.
So obviously, pull this weekend, Dragway 42 in West Salem, Ohio, Northeast Ohio, June 7th and 8th. Gates open both days at 4 p.m. We have camping. You can buy tickets at the gate or online, dragway42.com. That's about it.
What's showtime? Give a shout out. Let the fans know what time showtime is. And
Show
what time
starts on Friday at 7 p.m. And on Saturday it starts at 6:30. And then one thing I didn't hit on that I'd like or forgot to mention was there's a kids pedal pull on Saturday. Free. You don't have to pay any admission to do the kids pedal pull. That starts at 5 o'clock, and the track supplies the kids sled and the pedal tractor. You don't have to bring. We got some calls about if their kids have to bring their own pedal tractor. No, we have that there. So
that sounds good.
No pedal pullers coming in on a professional toter. With the Montana license places or anything.
Have it souped up, or pedals might be adjusted a little bit differently. Got to keep parity, right?
Yep. Cool. Well, Kyle, we'll play your commercial one more time. Have a great night, and thanks for coming on tonight. Sorry we weren't on right away. Again, I love technology when it works, but good luck to you and all the pullers this weekend at Dragway 42. Thanks, Kyle.
Thanks, guys.
See you, bud.
Dragway 42 presents the Bad Gear Spring Showdown, June 7th and 8th in West Salem, Ohio. Classes on Friday, June 7th include classes from Central Ohio truck pullers and Tri-State mini rods. Saturday, June 8th, the kids pedal pull will take place prior to 9 classes from the Ohio State Tractor Pull Association. They take center stage on 2 tracks at 6:30 p.m. Don't miss the Spring Showdown at Dragway 42, West Salem, Ohio.
All right, so we are going to go to Lamar, Missouri now. Kyle is an awesome promoter. Mike, that Dragway 42, I heard so many good things about it. We need to get out there and check that out sometime. Unfortunately, we're always so busy running around, we don't get a chance to be where we want to be all the time. But we're going to have Gabe Johnson next, promoter of it's like the stomping grounds. I was looking at the poster a little bit, but Heritage Tractor Pull, is that what they're calling it? Let me play the commercial. We'll bring Gabe on, and then away we go. Are you ready, Michael?
I'm ready to rock and roll.
The Heritage Tractor I-49 Power Pole is returning to the Stomping Grounds Freeman Outdoor Event Center. See the Midwest top pullers battle for one huge night of power on June 8th. Heavily modified machines will hook on 50,000 pounds of steel to see who will go and who will blow. Plus, take a ride on a real monster truck. June 8th, the Heritage Tractor I-49 Power Pole in Lamar, Missouri. Tickets and details at thestompinggrounds.com.
Well, welcome, Gabe Johnson. How are you tonight, buddy? Gabe, can you hear us? Gabe?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your internet's lagging just a little bit, but I can't pick on you too much because I couldn't even get on the podcast earlier. So, do you have good internet where you are, Gabe?
Oh, man, it's a curveball night. Like maybe it's the solar flares. When I bought my new phone, they said the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights, was going to interrupt my phone service because of the solar flares. Maybe that's what's going on out here in Tractor Pull Media Land tonight.
Can you hear me, Mike?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, just making sure. So.
Yep. We're.
Well, I hope Gabe can get back on. This is the first year we've helped promote this Lamar, Missouri event. Let's bring the poster up on there, Mike.
Yeah, we can talk about this a little bit. We talked about it last week, and I have no idea where Lamar is. I felt like a total heel because this is in the great Show Me state of Missouri, and I think it's way down there, southwest Missouri. So, if you're down south, go do some pulling. So June 8th shows at 7 o'clock.
Gabe's back with us.
Hey.
So, Gabe, can you hear us now, buddy?
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, way better internet now. You probably had to go outside, I'm guessing. So.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting in the bleachers right now.
All right, cool.
Oh, perfect.
I like it a lot.
Getting nice and set.
Yep, good deal. Well, take us through the event this weekend and talk about everything. And where is Lamar, Missouri at, Gabe? What towns are you close to?
We're in Southwest Missouri, about 35 miles north of Joplin, and we're about 90 miles south of Kansas City. So right there in the corner, easy access from all the 4 states. So good location.
Nice. Well, tell us about your event a little bit this weekend.
So this weekend, June 8th, the Missouri State Pullers Association is coming here to the stomping grounds. Gates open at 5 p.m., so get here early. We have a monster ride truck for all the kids to ride, really add on to the experience. And then the show starts at 7. We got 6 awesome pulling classes and maybe even a handful of exhibitions. So it's going to be pretty cool.
What are the stomping grounds? You said that's like the coolest name for a venue I've heard of. Is that something that people in Southwest Missouri just immediately recognize? Take us through that.
We're working on it. It's we're a fairly new facility. We're established in 2021. But yeah, we do truck and tractor pulls, monster truck shows, professional bull riding, any crazy outdoor event you can think of, we do here.
So it's the place to be. I mean, if you're having fun in Southwest Missouri or, Eastern Oklahoma or Northern Arkansas, Eastern Kansas, that's the place to come out and have a good time at. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Action-packed action all summer.
What classes do we have lined up for this Saturday with MSTPA?
We got the 2-wheel drive truck class, pro stock 4-wheel drive trucks. We have 2 pro field tractor classes, and then we have we have modified tractors, and then light limited super stock tractors. That's all 6.
So that's a good show. I mean, from a fan's perspective, just as you're listing down that's a lot of good iron you're going to see down there as well. Is that mod class? Is that like a 6,000 pound like light modified class? Do you know?
5,900 light modified. Yes, sir.
So you'll see a lot of them. You'll see like the, what do they call it that pulls down there? The Plowboy Express or something like that. That's got the old Brent Long motor in it.
Yes, sir.
That screaming blue modified. That thing's just an absolute bullet when it hooks to the track.
Yes, sir. That thing is a international diesel block, and it's got fancy beefed up cylinder heads and methanol swapped, and it's a beast.
Yeah, Gabe, how long have you been going truck and tractor pulls, Gabe?
I've been into it for as long as we've been doing it here. So I've only been into it for a year or 2, but I've always been around it as Dan Metcalf and the Plowboy Express. He's actually one of my first cousins. So.
Oh, no kidding. So
yeah.
Just there you go.
I've been going to them, but I've never been really into it for the last couple of years. So.
Again, if you're just joining us on Let's Go Pulling, Gabe Johnson with us from Lamar, Missouri. They have a big truck and tractor pull this Saturday, June 8th. Gates open at 5. Show starts at 7 p.m. Can you kind of buzz down through all the classes again, Gabe, and all the different associations you're having?
Missouri State Pullers Association this Saturday. We got the 2-wheel drive truck class, 4-wheel drive pro stock truck class. We have 2 pro field tractors, light limited super stock tractors, and then 5,900 light modified tractors.
So is this at like a circle track racing? Do you have what kind of venue is it? Can you kind of scan around a little bit, turn your phone around, show us?
Yeah. If I can't find the swap button, but
yeah, there you go.
There you go. It's not a circle track, but it's a 600 by 300 square dirt track. We do anything but circle track racing pretty much, but we can hold anything and everything out here.
It looks like you got some nice big grandstands, Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this place can hold about 3,500 people.
Nice.
To the grandstands, and then there's been talks about doing a concert out here, and with standing room, and if there's standing room, we can hold about 10,000.
Awesome. That's what it's all about. Now, have you guys been real wet in your area this spring too, Gabe, or has it been dry?
Oh yeah, we've been getting the rain. This is actually one of the longest dry spans we've had all spring. There's a chance of rain this Saturday, but the way the forecast has been looking, all the rain's been pushed back recently, so we're hoping the weather stays with us.
Good. Are there any local sponsors or anybody that you want to thank at all tonight, Gabe?
Oh, Heritage Tractor. Obviously, they're the title sponsor for the I-49 Power Pole. And then, Freeman Health Systems, they're the main sponsor. Arvis Bank, Beardy's Custom and Collision, Seton Farm Supply, Justin Jeffries Trucking, Stevens Automotive, and Dairy Queen. Without them, none of this could happen.
I love me some Dairy Queen, Mike.
I was going to say, how do we get a sponsor? Jason, I want Beer Money Pulling Team. I want that on the back of the Remedy Crew shirts next year. Dairy Queen. Get us some dilly bars.
Yeah, I would say I just put a dilly bar with your face on it and then just Mike the dilly bar fan. So
that's awesome. That's cool.
So Gabe, are you the actual promoter at the track, or do your family own the track? What's your role there, bud?
So it's a family business. Our family owns it, but both me, my dad, and my brother, we all have a hand in it somehow. My dad's a hand in getting sponsors, booking events. My brother kind of, he built the whole place. He helps with anything he can in that aspect, and then I kind of help with the production side. I'm not the promoter, but anything from making videos for the big screen, conducting the pits, anything I can help with the production is what I do.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. How long have you guys been working with MSTPA? How long have they been coming down to hook with you?
This is going to be year 3. Our first ever truck and tractor pull was in 2022. That one was awesome. And we had last year, and then now this year.
And has it grown and expanded, or has it kind of been the same number of classes? And what have been some highlights over the years with working with them?
The first year was a wild year, which is what we love here. We love wild, crazy shows. But the first year, I don't remember what it's called, but one of the light mods, he was going down the track and he had a big old explosion on the motor. It was crazy. And then Captain Hook, he's the one on all the posters. That exact picture, he went all over the track. It was a wild ride. But then that first year, Plowboy Express won the light mod class. And then it's been so long I can't remember the other winners. But then last year, Scott Bracken won the light mod class.
Yeah.
And Plowboy, he was going down the track. We had just got him new nice graphics on his tractor. Most of the pictures of him are just the boring old blue, and we got him some nice looking graphics. And he didn't get the turbo spooled up enough and died on him. He only got about 150 feet, but.
Yeah, that's a really fun class, and at only 5,900 pounds, that's not much to keep hooked to the ground, where a lot of those guys are probably flirting with 3,000 horsepower, 2,000 to 3,000 horsepower. I'd say they're probably making in that class. And a lot of those names are names that come pulling with us in the Outlaw from time to time at pulls like Wisner and some of our bigger ones, Bracken and the Plowboy Express. We've seen some of those. That's a fun class. So sounds like you guys have a great spot for it, and sounds like you have a great partnership going with that association down there. Have your crowds been good?
Yeah, first year was a little better than last year, but we've been tracking on the ticket sales, and it should be a pretty good turnout this year. We're expecting about 2,500 people.
Excellent.
Yeah, are there what other big pulls are around you throughout the year? What are some other towns that have big pulls?
There's a little one in Carthage, which is just about 10, 15 miles from here, and that's the only other one that's close. I guess Missouri State does one in Nevada, which is about 20, 25 miles north of us, but that's the only close ones. And then obviously Missouri State does Sedalia, Tipton, all the Missouri ones.
Awesome. Well, we hope you have a big crowd. We're going to let you go, and we're going to move on to our next guest. We're going to play your commercial one more time, and thanks again for letting us promote your event, Gabe.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks.
Have a good night, bud.
The Heritage Tractor I-49 Power Pole is returning to the Stomping Grounds Freeman Outdoor Event Center. See the Midwest top pullers battle for one huge night of power on June 8th. Heavily modified machines will hook on 50,000 pounds of steel to see who will go and who will blow. Plus, take a ride on a real monster truck. June 8th, the Heritage Tractor I-49 Power Pole in Lamar, Missouri. Tickets and details at thestompinggrounds.com.
Welcome, everybody. We got Tim from Ravenna, and it's not raining, Tim. That makes me so happy, buddy. So,
yes, it's not raining.
See you, Tim.
See you guys later. I'm going to put my glasses on. Can you see me?
Yeah, there he is.
I don't think everybody away, so it's all good. So.
Well, I just got done golfing 9 holes to make up for Friday night. You got to get your stuff right. You still got to golf and have fun.
Yeah, last Tuesday we got rained out, and I was gone all week, so I had to get my 9 in as well too. So, real quick, Tim, we're gonna play your commercial. your promo video, then we'll come back. We'll start talking about Ravenna, okay? Kenzie?
The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association kicks off their season at Anabar Park, June 7th and 8th in Ravenna, Nebraska. Witness 11 classes of intense horsepower on 2 tracks. And catch it live on outlawpulling.tv in Ravenna, Nebraska at Anabar Park. 7 p.m. start time both nights. Don't miss the action.
All right, sounds good, Tim. So last year, I mean, your event's a big deal for the Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling because it kicks off the start of the season, you know what I mean? And last year was so bummed out. I know you guys tried your butts off to get the rain to get in, but the rain was just seemed to be relentless on you last year. I would think everybody in the area is just itching, Tim, to fill the grandstands up this weekend for you.
Well, the weather's looking good. You're right. It was very disappointing last year. I've been on this committee for over 30 years, and I've never been rained out both nights. We put a lot of work into it. And anyway, we'll have everything ready this weekend. We'll be ready to go. And hope we have a good showing for all the tractors and stuff because we're ready to do it again. I hope the fans will be here. I don't know what to expect. We're doing everything we can to make it work as good as we always have.
Yeah, we've been hammering it everywhere on Beer Money and Outlaw Facebook and everywhere we can to get the word out about it. Tim, how long have you been helping with the pull, promoting that event out there?
Over 30 years.
Okay, is there a group of guys of you or a couple of you, or how did it all start?
Well, when we first started, there was a huge group of us, you know. I was one of the first ones with about 30 of us, you know. But now most of us are getting into our 60s, and we're losing a lot of guys because they want to retire or death, which is not good. We're trying to get some young kids involved. I can find enough guys to help the day of the poll, you know, like me and Gary Barrett and Rick Barrett and Bill Barrett, Mark Stanley, just 5 guys that have been in it a long time. We're the ones that are still trying to keep the glue together for everything.
Yep. No, and it's tough. I always tell every puller they should promote a pull once, Tim, and then they're going to find out how much work it is. It's incredible. It's not just 2 weeks before; it's literally all year round, Tim. So
yeah, we started queer back in January.
Yep.
And you know, I had a busy spring. I had a daughter graduate.
Get your next one. Have you ever pulled, Tim, yourself?
Well, I did some antique stuff years and years ago.
Nice.
But no, I've never been on a tractor, and I'd love to someday.
Yeah. We should talk to that Gary Barrett guy. He's got that high stakes horsepower, Tim. I think you should.
That's what I was thinking.
Would you drive a John Deere, or is that against your religion?
Well, I worked for John Deere for 27 years as a parts manager. So yeah, I tried to drive a Deere.
Well, you had a red shirt on, so I got excited for a little bit. But I see you've been corrupted, Tim. So it's all good.
Well, I'm a parts manager for a McDonald dealership, and I got my red McDonald shirt on and my McDonald hat. So that's what I'm wearing tonight.
Well, I'm excited because I bought a diesel super stock last fall. And
I seen that.
My dad will be driving it out there Friday and Saturday night. And when I let my dad drive my Limited Pro out there 2 years ago on Friday night, he got second, and I drove my own tractor and got 10th. So we're just going to let my dad drive my tractor all the time.
He's a little easier on stuff. He knows how to make things work.
He does, and he's a lot better driver too. So he's excited to get to Ravenna again. It's always a good track, a lot of fun. It's just Ravenna. Always starts off the outlaw season, and it's just a bummer last year that you guys got rained out. But again, we started checking the weather coming home this past weekend. We were out in North Carolina for Benson, and we're jacked to start the NT or the outlaw season. We've been having our weekly meetings with Kurt and Ron and Lori and everybody and Taylor. Everybody's super excited. Super excited. I know we're going to be out there Thursday night with Outlaw TV. That's the start season of that as well. I know Ron's coming in Thursday. Everybody gets amped up for that first one. I just hope the local fans are as excited as we are as well, and I think they are. I think everybody's chomping at the bit to see some black smoke and here's some RPMs. So
I'm very excited after last year. It's nice seeing you guys again every year. It's really exciting for me. I've known Lori and for a long time with the Outlaws, and it's fun visiting with her and her husband and everybody that comes in. It's a lot of fun for me too.
Mike, what are you most excited about Ravenna? Mike, you're going to be one of the announcers. You and Ron.
I was going to say that's an easy bit for me. Mine is just, this is where I'm diving in feet first and experiencing everything. But yeah, getting back on the microphone with Ron is going to be a lot of fun. And I've got the app pulled up right here, so anybody who wants to check out Outlaw Pulling, always go and download the app. And I'm just kind of scrolling through some of the information. This is a stacked show. I mean, the classes we've got, I think we've got 11 classes, 2-wheel drives, diesel supers, light limited mods, light limited pros, light supers, light super ag, modified, pro stock 4-wheel drives, pro stock, and super farms. That's going to be, it's a 2-session show. And I was looking at that. Outlaws have something like 50 some odd hooks, and only about 6 of these are 2-session or 3-session events. So the fact that we're just starting off the season with one of our pillars, it's going to be an awesome show.
Can we call ourselves the Super Bowl of the Outlaws?
Yeah, or the Daytona. You're starting off,
Yes,
we're Daytona starting off.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Tim. But I don't think anybody will disagree with you at all. So.
But you know what? Rock Valley does a great job. Wisner does a great job. There's some big pulls out there, and they got their work cut out, and we do too. But we try to make it a good pull.
I like another thing that I like about this, and I talk about this with the Outlaws a lot and kind of what the Outlaws mean to me. The Outlaws do a really exceptional job of bringing truck and tractor pulling to a geography, to a part of the United States that doesn't always get to see pulling. If you're in Ohio or Indiana, there's a pull everywhere. You're pretty far west. I think you're almost as far west as we go all year. This is going to be one of our farther drives, and to me, that's great because it's an opportunity for people from central Nebraska, and I know Meisinger's from Kansas, almost Colorado. That's one of their closest.
He's from Goodland. Yeah, he's got a ways up here, about 3 hours.
So some people who don't always get to see truck and tractor pulling, this is a great opportunity. If you're willing to take a couple of hour drive, come to Ravenna, because pulling doesn't always get out there into those big plains areas as much. And I think the Outlaws does a great job of that. And Ravenna is going to be an awesome opportunity to go see some big time pulling.
And we got a lot of local guys that pull Outlaw. They've done a tremendous job over the years too. So, you got to. They travel. They travel too. So,
how many pullers live within an hour of your hook of Ravenna? There's got to be 10 or 20, isn't there?
Yeah. We lost Brad Zeck this year.
Yep.
Because of death. The good thing is his tractor's going to pull Friday and Saturday, and then they're going to retire it, and they're going to sell all of his equipment, which is sad because me and Brad have been good friends since high school. Rob Basota sold his tractor this year. I hate to see that too, but time tells what's going on. But we probably got 15. We'll have 15 tractors within the area coming to Ravenna.
Well, that's always good for your crowd too, because then they want to see their local friends. They see the semi leaving every weekend. They're like, what's this truck and tractor pulling all about? We'll come to Ravenna this weekend and you can find out. So,
well, and Ravenna's always been a tractor pulling town too.
Yep.
And I just want to keep the tradition going. I remember when I was a young kid, back when I was 10 years old, 50 years ago, I'd go to all them pulls and had a lot of fun. And I remember, like you said, my dad had some old antique tractors, and he'd let me on them when I was like 10, 12 years old. We had some old John Deeres, and I pulled them down the track, and and it stuck with me, and I still love the sport a ton.
No, it's a lot of fun. Do you have any particular favorite classes, Tim, that you really get excited about? I mean, as a promoter, it's hard to watch the event. You're running around with your head cut off, but if there's something that you always try to, hey, I'm going to go make sure I watch this class.
Big mods.
Yeah.
Big mods.
I think this year, and I was just looking at this lineup, and I was doing some write-ups about it. I think the modified class in Outlaws this year came down to the last hook of the season last year. That is going to be the hardest class to win. And in an early hook, a lot of guys kind of come out and they're just thinking, I'm going to ease into the season and I'm going to have an A to B pass. I think every one of those guys in the big mod class this weekend to start it off is going to have those things set on kill, because there's no room to not win this year because that class is going to be so tight for points.
And I know a lot of them guys. So I like visiting with them. I love the 10 Pro class too. That class is just unreal. So,
Yes,
and I'm not putting any of the classes down. I love them all, but
Yeah.
them are my favorites. Or else we wouldn't have them. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have them here. We love every one of them.
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing what the 10,000 pros people that they're kind of probably arguably the most popular class in pulling across the board, and to consider they were the economical class 30 years ago. That was your entry platform, and now the big pros
Right.
doing what they're doing these days.
Yeah, I remember when, we're talking, say, 40 years ago when the bush pullers pulled down in Lincoln, people are running 4440s with cabs on them, That just tells you how far safety and everything has come since then, and boy, you got to have safety. What's going on out there right now?
Yes, it is super, super important. Super, super important. Hey, Tim, who are some sponsors you want to thank before we let you go tonight?
Well, we have a lot of, farmers co-op out here with all their folks with chemical companies and stuff. They help us out a ton, and every local business in town gives what they can. They support us. I mean, they may not give a lot, but they give what they can, and that's all we expect. And we want to give back to our community. That's the main thing.
Yep. No, that's what it's all about. And with an event like this, it does so much for a community. It brings. How big is the town of Ravenna itself, Tim?
Well, we're about 1,300 people, but about, I'm going to say 60% of them are retired people. So they won't be coming. It'd be more rural people and people from out of town that show up this weekend.
Yep. We have a question from Cole Lundell. He's a big Outlaw fan. He says, with how long the pull in Ravenna has been going on, what seems to be the fan favorite class that you've seen from promoters from your perspective over the last 30 years, Tim?
Boy, I don't know. That's a tough one. I know a lot of them like that noise with the 2-wheel drives and the modifieds. That's ones I'm sticking with. Like I said, they're all good classes. It's just tough to pinpoint one out.
Yeah,
well, and that's fair. Nothing wrong with that.
It's gonna be a stacked show. I mean, just looking down this, these are some good classes. This is national level pulling here for sure.
You see a lot of these guys pulling Louisville the last 2 or 3 years, so it's good classes.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, Tim, thanks for coming on tonight. We appreciate you. We'll see you this weekend. Let's fill those stands up and let's have a good time.
No, I'm glad to talk to you guys tonight, and we'll see you this weekend.
Yep. And I think you're coming on Outlawed tomorrow night with Ron, right?
Yeah, I'm coming on with Ron like 7:30 tomorrow night. Yes.
Perfect. All right, buddy. Take care.
You bet,
The Outlaw Truck and Tractor Pulling Association kicks off their season at Anabar Park, June 7th and 8th in Ravenna, Nebraska. Witness 11 classes of intense horsepower on 2 tracks. And catch it live on outlawpulling.tv in Ravenna, Nebraska at Anabar Park. 7 p.m. start time both nights. Don't miss the action.
Cole, can you hear us, man?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yeah, absolutely. How's it going tonight?
Good. It's not raining, so that's wonderful.
It's the first thing I did this week was start checking all forecasts all the way around. It's kind of wet earlier in the week, and I'm hoping that it gets dries out for you guys. So
yeah, so far so good. The track's actually fairly dry. This is John Barman to my right. He's the officer of the Heartland Garden Tractors. He also does track prep here. And of course, you know him. That's Bobby Jones.
Mm-hmm. I've heard of that guy before.
Yeah,
I've heard of that guy before. He was he didn't come to the Pullers Championship because he had some wedding or some crap like that, right? And then I see him Friday night, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And the guy's like,
"What are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
I'd be here tonight. I couldn't be here tomorrow night. But you didn't volunteer to drive Saturday though either."
No, I'm not going to drive my tractor. I'm not going to drive my tractor for a while or yours either, Bobby. I've learned I'm a better tractor owner than I am a driver. My dad showed me that he can drive that thing Saturday night, so he earned the seat. So, yeah. Well, let's talk, Cole. Let's talk about your event this weekend. Kenzie, can you throw the banner up on the screen? We'll go through everything. So,
Yep. So we've got the Illinois Farm Pullers coming in on Wednesday night. We're going to run 2 tracks here. This is what we're sitting on now. The other side will be the Garden Tractor Pullers. Sonny McKenna was going to be here. He's actually, we figured it up the other day. He's been pulling since 1963. And he says he remembers when there were horses on the track. And as they went to tractors, I think he actually won the 66 Missouri State Fair on my grandpa's 40-20. So it's a lot of history about this week, but he's currently working on his classic mod right now, so he couldn't be here with us. But I thought that would be an interesting tidbit for that class.
How long's your event been going on, Cole?
This event,
Since 1948, I believe.
wow,
Yeah, my grandpa said he couldn't remember if it was 47 or 48, and he's pretty certain it was been 1948.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's going to be one of the older pulls in the country then. I mean, I think that one up in New York has the claim for the oldest, and I want to say it was in the 40s. So this is a fairly historic pull then.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and then on the same night, we got the Heartland Garden Pullers. John, you can go into that and talk about track prep.
Yep. So, you talked about the weather, and it's always a challenge of what you do down here. We are at the bottom in river bottoms here in Pleasant Hill, and we've had so much rain this spring. Typically we would have came in here and broke the track up last night, put quite a bit of water in it, but we didn't do that because they're calling for rain. They were calling for rain today, and they're calling for rain tomorrow. But we'll come in tomorrow night if it doesn't rain, and we'll plow it up and put water in it. But there's quite a bit of water in it. Doesn't look like it behind us, but there is actually, you dig down a little bit, there's quite a bit of moisture in the ground. Yeah.
Well, how long have you been building the track there?
So Cole and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and when I was a kid, I grew up showing livestock down here and watching Benny and Donald and all the guys, and his uncle Roger build the track. And then Cole's cousin, Jeff McKinnon, and I kind of took that over, I want to say around 1998. And then I took about a 10-year hiatus and been back for about 10 years. So quite a while.
That's awesome. No, and it's you see the best tracks where you have pullers involved. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and I'm not ripping on anybody that doesn't, but if you could go out and pull the pullers, the best tracks are where they're pullers. It's their home. It's their local fair. It's their hometown pull, and they get it. You know what I mean? They absolutely get it. And they take care of it, and that's important to do that. Really, really important to do that. So, Bobby, how far do you live from the track?
About 4 blocks.
About 4 blocks. So
pullers involved in tracks. There you go.
Will you promise not to take your truck and trailer and just drive the tractor in? Would you do that for me, or just pull it in
last year I brought the truck and trailer, and that's what everybody had asked me. Why didn't you bring that? You could have just pulled it down. And I actually did pull Brian Ceramics Red down with the side by side and drove our hauler down just so we'd have tools and lights.
I love it. Hey, if anybody's heading to the Pike County Fair this Friday and Saturday, throw something in the comments. Any questions like that, please let us know. Cole, who are some of the sponsors? Cole, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm pretty proud of the promoting we do, but man, you do a heck of a good job with all your different things throughout the year. You truly get Promote 365 and keep keeping your social media active. So
I figured if nobody's going to come if nobody knows about it, so you gotta let people know about it. Our sponsors, Martin Tractors, our local John Deere dealer. They have, I don't know, I think they've 13 or 15 locations all throughout here. They sponsored the tractor pull itself. Altor for Ag, which John works for, he's also a sponsor. We've also got we have a pedal pull. We're going to try something this year where we have old box seats that we don't use. So I built a sled and a couple of pedal tractors. We're going to actually treat the pedal tractor pull as our second track. So the main trucks are going to go down, and there's 2 to 4 minute break. We'll let some kids hop on, and they'll have their shot at going in front of the crowd too. That was always something, as a parent, you don't want to show up at 2 p.m. for a pedal pull and then sit till 7, because everybody's tired and ready to go home by then. So we're going to try to do that. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But Crowder Seed Sales is sponsoring that. And as far as the fair goes, we have 4 presenting sponsors that came on board this year: a local bank, Central State Bank, Buchanan Excavating, Prairie Land FS, and Duke Auction House. And then something else we're doing, we have last year we tried a best appearing survey, and this year we're doing the same thing. We're putting up QR codes all over the grandstands, and we're going to let people scan that and vote for. We're just going to call it the People's Choice. That way you get to take home one of these nice homemade plaques, the state weight. So we're giving those out to every class 1 through 3, and also the People's Choice is what we're going to call it.
Have you been doing that? Have you been doing that weight for a while, Kyle?
No,
cool.
No, actually, I thought of this, and I kind of stole it from a post I saw on Corzines. They won the Rockwell weight. So I looked
Rock
at this
Valley. It was Rock Valley, wasn't it?
Is it Rock Valley?
Yeah, I think it was Rock Valley.
Yeah, Rock Valley does the rock.
Yeah,
but they gave away weights last year too.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I've never won, so I don't know.
Our state's already flat on this side, and my grandpa actually won 1980 Iowa State Fair, and he had that trophy up there, and it was just an Iowa cutout. And I happened to see both of those at the same time. I'm like, I bet we can make our state look like a weight. So this is the first year we're doing that. We had a guy on the tractor pull committee, Tanner. He cut them out for us out of steel and ordered the plaques, and I rattle canned them all week and inhaled some fumes. So we're going to get that this year too.
Hold it up good and high so we can see the whole thing. That is awesome. That is a cool trophy right there.
It did turn out really cool. Yeah. So yeah, I think it'll be neat to take home another dust collector.
No, it's more than a dust collector. It's something cool like that. Like a lot of events have something unique. You hear a lot of rings and belt buckles and different things like that. It's fun. It's fun to make your pull unique like that, Cole. So.
Yeah, now we just got to name it. So we're still working on that part. So
all right, everybody watching, let's throw some ideas in the comments for the Pike County Fair weight, the weight bracket trophy thingamajiggy.
Yeah,
so.
I like the state weight. That had a good rhyme to it. And go home with the state weight.
I like the state weight.
So, but yeah, we had a good turnout last year for our Thursday poll. That's the Illinois Tractor Puller Association. We kick off their season here. I think last year we had 49 hooks. We ran 8,500 limited pros. The single engine light mod, which you'll see Allison's, single turbines, and then the regular, blown engines. 2-wheel drive trucks, which that was a very good class down here. We had 12, one that broke in half. That was, all over the place.
Andrew Sprock said he is waiting to redeem himself.
Yeah, so he's coming. We also are running a light super and heavy super. So we're excited. We actually almost ran it. We did run out of parking spaces last year. We have a very small fairgrounds. I think the whole grounds is 8 acres. So we have to get really tight and get real logistic friendly, I guess, if you could call it that.
Hey, Cole, so I was talking to RJ Simon earlier today, and he said that Bobby Jones, we should weigh him and test his fuel after he pulls and check his hitch. That's something that he wants to do in Farley this year. So we're talking to RJ Simon in 5 minutes. So he just jumped on the screen. He's in the background. So I like messing with him, and he can't talk back to me. So it's kind of fun. If you want to pick on RJ Simon, you have 5 minutes to say whatever you want about him, Cole. So let her rip.
No, that was a good show down at Benson. I watched that Friday night. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I'd never been that far east. Well, we've been to Florida.
Yeah.
And I've been up to New York, but it's a long ways, guys, from Wisconsin to Benson, North Carolina.
What time did you get home earlier today?
3 a.m.
4.
Yeah, Kenzie got home at 4. So we left at 6 a.m. yesterday, and we flew out, but then we drove back the full pull live trailer and the NTPA scoreboard and all the stuff that had to come back to get to Farley. So yeah, but we saw the beautiful mountains and we saw many states, Cole. It was a great time. It was a great time. But it's okay. No, it was fun. It's great to get the season started. Cole, for you having an early hook like this, do you see better numbers? Because sometimes you're up against that guys aren't ready yet. But if you get late in the year, a lot of guys are broke. What are you feeling for numbers?
It's hit and miss. So this is only my second year doing this. And last year I was told probably don't do pro stocks because there'll be a lot of work going on still. It's good because everybody's excited to get back out on the circuit and get going. It's also good because it's only like I think we're going to be 80 and sunny at the high this Thursday.
That's
same
awesome.
with Wednesday. I think it's 80 and sunny. The bad part is I've talked to probably 30 or 40 different pullers, and half of them don't know if they're coming because of the farm work. So, they said if there's any chance they're going to get in the fields, then they won't be here. So it's a double-edged sword. It's good because it's early and people are excited, and it's bad because it's early and people might still be farming.
Awesome. All right. So before we let you go, let's cover what's going on Thursday, what's going on Friday. Can you rattle that off?
So we got Wednesday, Thursday. So Wednesday,
Thursday.
Yeah, Wednesday is the Heartland Garden Tractor Pull Association. That's
okay.
They have how many classes you got?
About 18. So we're going to have a marathon night. I think we were 160 hooks last year until 3 a.m.
Yeah. And then we got the Illinois Farm Tractors on Wednesday night, same time. And then Thursday night, we've got the ITPA. They've Bobby and his family and Bob's Red Fox, our local store, they're cooking up some pork chops. So I know Dan, the announcer, was here last year, and Lawyer was here, but he's not here with us this year. But they all get some pork chops, and the pullers get to eat, get to hang out, and so we're gonna do all the ITPA stuff Thursday night on single track. We'll do 5 classes.
I like it. Can you tell me one good Bobby Jones story before you leave, Cole?
Can I? Yeah. I don't know. I was too young. I don't know.
Does your grandpa, your dad have any good stories about him at all?
I'm sure they do.
He's the former mayor.
Yeah, he is the former mayor.
Bobby used to be mayor of Pleasant Hill, Illinois.
Yeah, 12 years of it.
No way. That's good knowledge. That's good knowledge.
I'm surprised you haven't heard Josh give me a rough time about it.
Oh, it's all good. No, it is all good. No, Cole, thanks for letting us work with you this year. Like I said, you do a great job with all your stuff all year round. I'm proud of you for that, keeping all your social media active, and I'm glad you stepped up. It's a lot of work to be a promoter. It's kind of a thankless job. You get your butt chewed. I would add a little extra padding this week in your butt because it's going to get chewed on no matter what. And you're always going to forget one thing, no matter how hard you try, or 2 or 3. But
always happens.
Debrief with your people right away, like the next day. Don't wait for a meeting next week. Keep notes, and that's what we always do, just to get better. And then people always remind you as well, and there's nothing wrong with that. So.
Yeah, they do.
Awesome. Bobby, is that a good track there?
Yeah, it was a good track last year, and like I said, the guys, John and everybody, they work hard at it, and Cole does a good job promoting it. And we had like I said, the Light Supers had a great turnout, and it should be. I know several people that say they're coming, and kind of like Cole said, do the crops, but it should be another good turnout again. I was just telling him I may have him a surprise guest in the 8,000 Super class too, but I haven't broke that news to him yet either.
You could do it right here on the podcast.
Yeah, give us a hint.
Cool.
Give us a hint.
Yep. So it like I said, it should be good. And what's that?
They were wanting to tell who it is.
Oh, tell who it is?
Yes.
I can't say.
Why?
It's supposed to be a surprise if he gets to make it.
But I mean, think we could tease them all week long, Bobby. I mean, if you announce it right now, there's a lot of people.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a hint that lets it get that will give it away. There is nobody in the world that can get off a tractor any faster than
Jeff Hurt's going.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
He said if he gets everything together, if the weather keeps on like it is, he said, I'll see you Wednesday. So,
that's wonderful.
We'll just keep our fingers crossed.
Your viewership just went up, I promise. But anytime people know that Jeff Hurt is going to be showing up, they're going to show up to either see a 380-foot pass or a fireball. So your viewership just boosted.
Yeah. Well, like he said, if I can get everything together, he said, I'd like to come get a pass on it, before we go to Mackville, the following weekend, which kicks off the PPL. And so that's kind of, and if it works, fine. And if it don't, but like I said, it would be nice to see him make it. His dad had pulled here right after or right before Dennis Johnson and stuff was here. And I thought his dad was with him right before they bought Shag Nasty, back when they first bought that from Dennis Johnson.
Yep.
When it was the old D21. And he was here that night and ended up 1-5 and 1-8. And I can't remember if he tried to run it in the 9.2 or not. I can't remember that far back. It's been too long ago.
So Cole, I'm pretty sure that's Keith from Bowling Green, one of the blue shirts. I'm pretty sure that's Keith. I'm almost positive it is, but I might be wrong. But he says every promoter needs to have a unique trophy. State weight it is. Okay, it's a state weight. Done.
Okay. The state weight, man.
State weight. You like it?
Okay.
You like it,
Well,
Mike, are you okay with that? It's the state weight. I mean, it's got a good ring to it. It's got a good ring to it. So
makes sense.
Sounds good. Well, guys, good luck this Wednesday and Thursday, the 5th and 6th. Real quick, do you have a website you can mention real quick, Cole?
Yeah.
How do they find you?
It's Pike County Fair, Illinois.com. You can also look us up on Facebook. It's Pike County Illinois Fair. And I cannot remember, or you'll be able to find the truck and tractor pull. There's a separate site too, but I think it's Pike County.
Pike County Fair, Illinois Truck and Tractor Pull.
Yeah, it's a long one.
That's okay.
You can't miss it.
That's okay. Yeah. Cole, the sport needs more good promoters like you that care about this a lot. And I know it's part of your family history. Thanks for being with us. Give Bobby a kiss off the air, and you guys have a great night, okay?
See you guys. Thanks.
See you later.
Thank you, guys. Good luck.
NTPA Grand National Truck and Tractor Pulling returns to Farley, Iowa, June 7th and 8th. Farley, Iowa at 300 Raceway. See you at the track.
Welcome, everybody, to Let's Grow Pulling. We're at hour number 2. RJ was coaching baseball. Were you coaching baseball or just watching baseball, RJ?
Just, well, I was supposed to go to practice with my kids, but then work got in the middle of that. So
I understand.
Yeah.
But thanks for taking the time. We have as much time as we want, RJ. You're our last guest of the night, and we're excited about the Farley Nationals this Friday and Saturday at 300 Raceway. But first of all, shout out to you and your family again, your pulling team this past weekend. You drove your dad's truck, and you said Dan Mayer said that was the first Grand National win in 41 years. And dude, you had a hell of a pass because you had didn't you? Well, no, did you have first hook and turn it down? Yeah, you did, right? And you came back.
Yeah, I had first hook, and that was only the second pass I hooked that thing at the Pullers Championship there Friday night, and hurt a push rod, and we didn't want to thrash it back together and risk hurting it because we kind of knew we were going to maybe run out the season. So we took it home and worked on it, and then Larry and Lisa Peterson said they'd take it to Benson for us. So that was a huge help. So they did that for us and got it down there, and we drew lucky number 1, and Larry was actually second hook. And we went like 310, and it felt decent, but I'm like, it's gonna get better. I'm a puller. I knew that with the sun was still kind of up. I mean, it was gonna get better. So we went ahead and dropped it to last, and came back, and the number was in our favor. I mean, the last hook was definitely a huge help.
That was a marathon of a class too. There were, close to 20 or over 20 four-wheel drive trucks in that class. 23. Yeah, that was. Yep. So there was would have been a lot of bullets to dodge, and you look like a genius when you pull a move like that, when you drop it and come back with a walk-off win. And there were some big distances in that class too. So I think the whole pulling world was excited to see that happen.
Yeah, it was exciting. And then I ended up having the last hook on Saturday night, and I knew it'd be hard. I drove it right on Friday night. I was very soft on it, almost to where a lot of people thought too soft. Well, then Saturday night I got in my own head and I drove it just a tick too hard. Yeah. So, and I was trying to find that happy medium between where I was at Friday night and probably where I ended up driving it Saturday night, but I still salvaged a 6th place out of it. So I'm not unhappy with it. It's still a steel body truck, stock truck, Chevy truck frame underneath. I mean, it's not a tube chassis by no means or nothing. So
No, that's a good deal. That is a good deal. And the light mod, he won Friday night and Saturday night. So congratulations on that again. And then
Thanks.
Brent got first in pro stock on Friday night. And I think, did he finish top 5?
He got first and second on Friday night.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, he did. That's right.
And then, yeah, I think he got 5th on Saturday night, I believe. So
yeah, that track really dried out on you guys fast with the wind coming up Saturday night. I could really see it in the minis and the. I even talked to Chad Mackey after the pull, and he said that wind came up and got him. So, but you could definitely see it for you guys.
There just wasn't enough moisture in deep. I mean, it takes a week, especially in them temps to really put water in, and it definitely is tough on that dirt because if it gets dry at all, it just turns into powder dust.
Yep, and it sure did.
Yes.
Cody says nothing wrong with the stock frame rail steel square body Chevy.
Yeah. Nope, sure not. No, that was my dad's original first truck that he built, like as a super mod 4-wheel drive. He had stock pickups he pulled before this one, but this is still the original. It's never left our possession. It's always, my dad's always had it since I was a little kid. It's been stored in multiple different sheds and locations, but it's always just been sitting here. And it's been here. And Dan gave us the facts that it was 41 years ago it won a Grand National hook was the last time, so it's kind of cool.
Well, let's jump to go ahead. Sorry, Mike, go ahead, buddy.
No, I was going to go off on a tangent about that, but does he keep all those records himself? I was thinking about that today. Did he just go on a mission at one point in his life and is like, I'm going to compile all of this, and now he just adds to it every single weekend?
Yes.
That's remarkable. That is almost as impressive as some of the records. Like the record holder should almost be Dan for creating the compilation of them.
It's very impressive what he's done with the record keeping, and that it's definitely impressive, and he doesn't get near enough credit for what he did there.
No, he doesn't. But he's a humble guy. He's one of the best announcers ever. His voice is smooth, and he's so knowledgeable, and just a great guy. He doesn't have to take a lot of notes. I always say, do you want some notes? And he just goes like this. I got this, Jason. Don't worry. I just kind of chuckle. So I kind of chuckle about that.
We're really excited this weekend. We got the Farley Nationals here at Farley. I'm right here in my office at the trucking company, and literally right behind us is the racetrack. We got the racetrack right there behind us, and we put a pulling track right down on the inside the front stretch. It's on, I guess I call it the apron, and it's built up about 4 feet in the air. There's not a bad seat in the house. Great bleachers, skyboxes. There is a few skyboxes still available. If someone does want a box seat, reach out to us. 300raceway.com. Just find our contacts there. Show starts Friday night at 6:30, Saturday night at 6. You can message us on Facebook. Yep, right there. And you got 6 classes: Super Farms, Pro Stocks, 2-wheel drives, 4-wheel drives, Super Semis, and modified tractors. So this year we did change it up a little bit. We had minis the last 4 years there. We did put the semis in this year, just trying something different. The mini class has just grown very, very well, and it's been a great. I like the mini rods and everything, but it gets a little long, so we needed to shorten the show up a little bit, and that helped out a little bit for us. Looks like we're going to have quite a few vehicles still here. It'll be roughly. Oh, well, hi everybody. It's your old friend RJ here.
Sorry, RJ, we're showing your live last night. I wanted to just let
RJ just interrupted RJ. Like that was kind of cool.
Me up for a minute. I'm talking and I'm talking. Like maybe I'm like I could be losing it. It's been a hell week with Benson going all down there, and then this. I'm like, man, am I losing my mind? Yeah, right now, I've been told there's around 132 hooks going to be hooking each night.
Yeah.
So I've got kind of a good idea. There's going to be quite a few 18 modifieds. I don't know the last time we've had that many mods at a Grand National hook, but that's pretty impressive.
Say that one more time, RJ.
18 modified tractors, multi-engine mods.
Hey fans, those are Bowling Green type numbers, and I'm not making that up. So
in a mod, I don't know. I mean, I wish I get 2 more tractors because I'd like to know the statistics on 20 mods at an event. I think it's been a while. So
someone called Dan Mayer. He could tell you the last time there were 20 modifieds.
Hey Siri, text Dan Mayer.
No, I bet he knows it. I asked him a question at the Pullers Championship.
20 modifieds at an NTPA Grand National Truck and Tractor Pull.
I put him on the spot live on the microphone, and I asked him a question, and I thought I would just get one of those fun, like, oh, that's a good one, but like didn't miss a beat. Immediately answered it like factually. So he'll probably text you back with a legitimate answer to that.
There's 11 super semis coming, so that's pretty good numbers for a semi class. Yeah. So starting out the point season, 21 super farms, 20 pro stocks, and a whopping 25 4-wheel drives, and then 37 2-wheel drives.
37.
So
everybody wants to see RJ. So
yeah, or everyone wants to come here and beat me on my own track. Gosh, I guess one of the two. So, which is
probably both, RJ.
Yeah, I agree. But no, we're super excited. I mean, as you can tell there in my live, that's the pulling track just below that concrete barrier where the signs are. Yeah. If you back it up just a tickle there, but
RJ, you want us to play the whole video and just let you talk? Is that cool?
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, let's just do that.
No live video.
A live.
I don't think I cursed on it or nothing. But
hi everybody, it's your old friend RJ here, 300 Raceway, doing an old live video showing you all the action going on here to get things ready for this weekend, Friday, Saturday night. Farley Nationals, truck and tractor pull.
Hey, how about you just mute it, Hope, and I'll tell you.
So we're getting everything's prepped, getting new asphalt.
All right, tell us what you're seeing.
Yeah, so like all that gravel area there you guys see right there in this video, that'll all be asphalt, or our fingers are crossed. They were out there today. They got one load down. There was 5 trucks sitting here loaded, and we got a rainstorm in that. But the game plan is all that rock you see everywhere there, that's rock, that will all be asphalt. And then once I flip around here in a minute, you'll see behind the grandstands as well, where, kind of like the midway, we call it, that's all going to be fresh new asphalt. By the time you get there on Friday, it still might be warm. Let's put it that way. So, but we're doing all that. We're doing all that for the fans. This isn't nothing it does nothing for me down there on the track or anything. This is literally just for you guys to enjoy it and have just a phenomenal place to just come and watch the pull and races and at our facility. That's the event center over there. Then everything there, all the way, the concessions, the t-shirt stand, the bathrooms, the popcorn stand, all that will all be asphalt. So, and then there's a little, if you up here on this overlook, that's where we're going to put Jason. There's a little tiny square spot about 3 foot by 3 foot. He's going to be in that because I already was told by other announcers, they're like, we do not want him around us. He is just bad. No, I'm just kidding. But,
those are the Schultz shingles. That's where he's going. He's going up on the shingles up there, the Schultz shingles.
Yeah. He's afraid of heights. I didn't know that. But no, it's going to be a good time. So right where that trailer's sitting, just to the right of that is the where we sell the beer and liquor out of and stuff like that. So you'll be able to you can hang out there, watch the pull, and then that's the Milestone Event Center there. We got Saturday, actually, we got starting at noon. We got a couple different bands coming in before the pull. So Saturday, if you're here camping, because we do have camping available. The full hookups campground is currently full, but if you want to come, bring your camper, you got a generator or a tent or whatever, there's primitive camping that's available, and there's quite a bit of it. So come on out, and you guys can camp and have fun. Like I said, at noon on Saturday, we're going to start partying the Milestone with some bands and having some cocktails, and the pullers will all be in the Milestone at noon for lunch. So, and fans are welcome for that too. I believe it's $10 for fans to eat the lunch. The pullers, it's free with your hot pit pass. But yeah, we're really excited about it. And this track is, Jason's pulled on it. It's a power track. It's a good track. You won't have to worry about dust flying on this track. It's going to be Jim Miller will be here tomorrow already, working this track. He'll start digging that winter rye up that we got there, and just going to town on it. I think last year he had 9 different tractors with different kind of tillage and equipment that we've pulled in for him that he likes, and he just does a phenomenal job of that track. Puts a lot of moisture in it. And it'll take some power. Jason came there once and pulled with his 4.1, and it was a funny story because he's like, well, I don't know, RG, what should I do? Like, is it a good track or how much? And I was like, you're going to need your weight up, Jason. Put some weight up. And he's like, okay. He didn't listen. He stood right on the wheelie bars, and he's like, oh, man, his eyes are real big. He was scared. He hasn't drove a tractor since then, I don't think. Well, no, he did once, then he blew it apart. But
yeah.
Dan Mayer just texted me. He says Bowling Green 2021. They had 20 on Friday night. So
he would have the answer.
We need 3 more mods so RJ can set their modified record. So it's all good.
Yeah. So it's just, and that's pretty cool. So I'll get on the horn maybe tomorrow. I can see what I can buy. So,
yeah.
But and that just shows we like to have fun here. It's a good time. All our pits is open, so where the haulers are all parked. Fans, you guys can come early on Friday, Saturday, and walk around the pits, talk to the pullers. Maybe buy a T-shirt if they got them available or whatever. And yeah, what's he giggling at over there, Hope? Like he's just whispering in your ear. I can hear him.
No, it's our this is my production. This is Kenzie. You can't tell.
Oh, Kenzie. I can't tell. No, you're really small in the corner of my screen. So.
There's Kenzie.
Oh, hey, Kenzie. Sorry. Geez, don't hate me next time when I see you.
You've been called worse than Hope before.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so. So she hangs out with
you.
Yeah, like Megan. Kurt Van Beek calls you all the time. Yeah, Kurt Van Beek always calls her Megan. RJ, it's funny.
Well, I guess it is what it is.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
Yeah, you could be called Jason's daughter or something like that. So that'd be terrible.
Been called his wife.
She gets that. She gets daughter. A lot of it. A lot.
So. I was gonna say she doesn't get wife. Let's be honest.
So I did at Benson on Saturday. I did.
Well, that's because we're out in the South, and that's normal.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
I'm the same age as your dad, basically. I love messing with those tech officials down there. Y'all, they talk like this, and I go, "How can y'all just?" No, I just love messing with them. It's so this guy wants to shout.
A couple of them guys are pretty big, Jason. I don't know if you should probably watch yourself a little bit.
Well, I told them I could outrun them, but they said their desire to kill me would outweigh my running or something like that. So. No, it's all good.
At least they didn't tell you they had a bullet. The bullet would definitely find you or something. No, it's
funny.
We're really excited about this poll. If you can't make it out, obviously, Full Poll Live is doing our live stream. Go to Full Poll Live, get on there and buy the live stream. I think it's $39.99 a month.
Yeah, $39.99 a month or $25 a session. So you're better off just getting the monthly and then go back and watch Benson and watch Toma and Hutch and the rest of them. So, but it's going to be a great time. I'm excited. Yeah. We had our production call with RJ this morning, and RJ asked us to put on the Roku TVs in the VIP tent, the Raider tent, as well as in Milestone. So if you want to go have some vodkas and some Tito's and lemonades and just watch the poll from there, we're going to have the live stream on there as well for you inside Milestone. Yeah. So that's going to be fun to do that, RJ, so people don't miss anything. So
it's just going to be a good time because you might get somebody that's like, you know what, I just want to get off my feet. I want to go in there and sit in the air condition if it's warm or the heat if it's cooler, and you can see it there and listen to the noise yet, and it'll be fun. I mean, there's going to be after it's over, we're going to have the milestone open till 2. We're going to have the music blaring. It's going to be fun. And that's what we're doing this for. We're doing this just merely to entertain everybody and just show everyone the sport we love. We put a lot into this. I've been pulling my whole life. Clearly my dad was, just talking about his truck 41 years ago, won a Grand National pull, and I won one with it last Friday. So, I mean, this is what we know and what we've been doing our whole lives, and it's going to be fun. That's why we built this track right here at our facility, is to bring everyone to our small little town of Farley. It's 2,500 people. It's a small town. It's a great town, very clean, very, very nice town. We're 7 miles from the Field of Dreams. If you want to come over, you can go check out the Field of Dreams in Dyersville. You can go check out the Toy Show Museum in Dyersville that, just missed the toy show. I think that was 2 weeks ago. Jason was down there. He has a lot of toys, But at least their tractors, though. His dad told me for a long time that he couldn't get them off the Barbies. That was tough. Is what Mike was telling me. It was a tough deal. He was buying them Barbie dolls for a long time, and then finally got them switched over. Luckily.
Solid. Thanks, RJ. Appreciate that.
Better late than never.
Yep. I'm 48 now. I'm growing up. So
yeah. I thought he said that was when you were 30, though.
Yeah, well, I'm a late bloomer, RJ. I'm a late bloomer. Again, if you're just joining us, we're live with RJ Simon. Obviously, an awesome puller and competitor, and a great promoter as well. Coming up this Friday and Saturday at the 300 Raceway, the Farley Nationals starts at 6:30 on Friday. We're not going anywhere, but we got more people coming on to the show now. I just went live on the NTPA page as well, so we're getting kind of a new audience coming in, and I just wanted to kind of refresh everything with everybody. Yeah. RJ. What year did you guys buy the racetrack?
Oh, well, I think it was about 7 years ago, roughly. I can't remember the exact time. It was probably 17, 18. And then my dad had bought it with 2 other partners, one of them being Jason Round. And they were all in it together. And they ran it, I believe, for 2, maybe 3 years together. And then my father had bought the partners out. And we owned it solely now for, I believe, 4 or 5.
Are we going to see Jason Round, the National Farm Machinery Show champion, make his debut in 2024 outside? Or?
Oh yeah, he's on the list. He'll be here. He's actually a great friend of ours, and he's actually been him and his construction crew been thrashing real hard on all that the project to get the asphalt ready and everything. So he's been out there all weekends. He's been putting in a lot of time himself, so he loves this place just as much as we do. The racetrack means a lot to him as well, and he obviously hasn't dirt cars yet and still races a little bit here and there. And racing means a lot to him, and pulling. He's having a lot of fun tractor pulling too. And yeah, he's planning on having 3 tractors here. I'm not sure what he's driving or what. I know he'll be driving bootlegger. That's a given, but. I'm sure he'll also have his 50-20 here, and I don't know. They're all numbers, so I can't remember. I don't know the names, so they're just, be nice if somebody could name his tractors, but
we threw like 50 suggestions to him, and he just kept saying
about a month ago.
8370R, and he was very satisfied with 8370R.
About a month ago, he texted me. He's like, Schultz, where's all the names of all those tractors from that podcast that night? We emailed him, and I'm sure it's still in his email box. Vorwald said he never checks his emails anyway. So he always texts you back like 3 days later, so it's all good. But I put him on the 7-day plan, so it's all good.
Yeah, so he's he'll be there with 3, and then it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping Sheltons are there with 2. I talked to Grayson today. I was trying to twist his arm to make sure he brings 2 all the way up here and doesn't just bring 1. I told him that's a waste of a trip, only it's 1 tractor. So
why would you ever go to a pull with less than 4, 5, 6 vehicles? Yeah,
it seems ridiculous. That's why I don't know how Jason Schultz has only got 1 diesel.
Yeah,
what a punk.
I caught what you said earlier. You said you've got 18 modifieds. Like if I get on the phone, I could probably buy 2 more by Friday, so that way we could have 20. So,
Brian Daly, RJ, will the beer be as cold as it was last year? Brian Daly wants to know, RJ.
Yeah, we've got a reefer trailer. We're gonna have beer in it, and we'll have the trailer. We'll have the trailer for sure. nice and cold, and we'll have I don't know what Brian's even asking. That he could find cold beer in a desert. I mean, so he's in charge of our ice. He's in charge of our ice on all of our pro stocks. He always finds the coldest ice out of anybody. Brian's my first cousin. He goes with us a lot, helps us out. So
cool.
He's also my banker too. So
that's a good person to have around.
Yeah.
That's why he started watching when he heard I'm gonna buy a couple more mods for the weekend.
Yeah. I already texted him real quick there and asked him if he had the funds to make it work.
Extend my line of credit, please.
Yeah. Well,
I know you've seen the drivers.
I just don't know anyone else that does home loans. So
yeah, I mean, I'm the best. I'm the best there ever is, there ever was.
No, I didn't know anyone else. Just Brian's the only one I know that does home loans.
Oh yeah. No, I know a guy as well, but he's not that good. He's always messing around tractor pulling. So
sounds like he lost all his teeth on that. I seen one picture of him somewhere on the side of a trailer. The poor guy was missing his teeth. Looked a little homely.
Brian's cocking off now. Just a few more home loans. I like that, Brian. We'll compare stats this weekend, buddy. We'll compare stats. I'll show him my pipeline. that's mortgage loan officer talk show you talk about your pipeline. Cody. RJ, do you have a dedicated mechanic or mechanics do the maintenance on all the pulling engines? I know they can be a lot to take care of, but with that many vehicles and engine, how does it all get done?
Most of the time we run them all year and don't look at them. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, there's a great crew. Brad Walkup's our crew chief. He goes with us all the time. Then Mike Mullins has came on board last few months. He's been great. He's really worked his tail off and fit right in with us, and he's having a good time, I believe. And then Steve Olson still comes around every day, and he's been with my father since he started all this. He was probably with my dad 41 years ago at that last Grand National win. There's no doubt. That's the guy we need to talk to, Jason. Now I'm thinking about that.
I know it'd be a good one to get on here.
We get Steve down to that pre-interview. But sorry, didn't mean me and Jason going on a tangent thinking about other things. But
no, that's good. Just give me a list. We got you.
And then so he's there. Jason Waters has really stepped up helping on that semi. But we're a firm believer that the pull is won in the shop. We spend a lot of time in the shop. I mean, when we roll them out to go to the shop, go to the pull, we try to have them 100% and ready to rip. It's a lot, they're back there taking care of a 4-engine mod, and Brent's pro stocks are there. So there's 3 pros in there. There's twin engine mod, 3 2-wheel drives, and the semi. The 4-wheel drive, actually, DJ Sullivan primarily handles that up there at DJ Repair. He pretty much handles that. And they have another 4-wheel drive. They're debuting that this weekend. I'm pretty excited about that. The borrowed parts, that's been primarily always a super stock truck the last how long, and I finally got them talked over to making it into a full-blown super mod, and they bought a 650 Sunnies from Tom Corsa, and yeah, we're pretty stoked to see that thing run. And not sure if Stacy will be driving it or Kyle, but maybe they'll do a coin flip for it. I'm not sure. We'll find out. So
that's fun. But if you just joined us, RJ Simon, promoter, him and his brother and their family, the whole entire family put on the Farley Nationals this Friday and Saturday at the raceway there. Marty Wilson jumping in. RJ and Brandon and their entire crew will put on a top-notch event. Please attend. It will not disappoint. So that's well said. Marty goes to quite a few pulls a year. Probably not quite as many as you, but he's a crew chief of many teams. So many teams.
Quite a few. Yeah, actually, Marty just texted me right before this, so we were talking a little bit about something else. But yeah, great people, and this sport's just full of awesome people, and that's why we do it. We love it. We love to have fun. My dad used to always say we're friends until the chain's tight. When we're chain's tight, we're competing, we want to win. And then when it's unhooked again, we're back to being friends. So it's definitely we have a lot of fun. Got a lot of really good friends in this sport, and that's why we have this event. I mean, there'll be a lot of pullers that'll stay here all next week and then go on to Hutch, and or Toma. So a lot of people leave their rigs here and then go maybe fly home or drive home, and then they'll come back and then go to Toma. It's a good time. You won't want to miss it. I can promise you, you'll have fun. It's just a good time. I mean, we're gonna hustle the show through as fast as we can. I don't think you're gonna find a faster ran show. We're gonna have way more equipment on the track probably than you see at a lot of places. There'll be lots of rollers, tractors, box blades. Jim Miller will bring his tractor out with the belly blade on it. And there's actually another tractor that's coming out with the belly blade on it too. So we'll have two of them. So they really make the show move pretty fast.
Yes, they do.
Our goal is just we want to have this show run as fast as we can, because we don't want you fans in the stands just being bored, because I know how annoying announcers can be. I mean, sorry.
I can fill dead airspace. So if that's ever an issue.
But no, the biggest thing for me is I just love a fast run show. When I'm watching it, I like it just bang, bang, bang. I don't like it sitting around with nothing to do, waiting for, another vehicle to come up. If a guy's dragging his feet, that upsets me. We come out to. I'm making it. We make this so the fans are entertained the whole time, and there's not a bad seat in this house. You won't find one. You can see everything literally from any of them seats. It's just gonna be fun. We're gonna bring the top 3 out, do winter circles, interviews. Jason's gonna help me with that, and his nice Schultz Mortgage came on board and really put in some money to maybe help out with that. So that was awesome that he did that. And then because he does home loans, just so you know, I'm doing a plug there for you. But no, it's great. Like I said, if you can't come out here this weekend, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to come. I mean, it's Farley, Iowa. It's one of the greatest cities in the country, and I mean, it is, just the greatest. And you're coming to watch, as my friend Chase would say, the greatest motorsport, in the world. You won't want to miss it. And get out here, and there'll probably be, I don't know, as Chase would say, like 70,000 people here, and probably 1 million watching it live. So
it's always best to inflate numbers, RJ. That always helps.
He doesn't. I hope he's watching. I really do.
I haven't got any text messages from him yet, so I'll
darn
see.
It. But no, I'm just super excited. If you can't be here this weekend to Farley, go on Full Pull Live, watch it there, support them, what they're doing for pulling. Also, if you are coming, you need hotels or something. Dubuque has got a lot of hotels. You will not have a problem finding a room. If you get looking now, I mean, I don't even know how many hotels are in Dubuque, but there's a lot. And then if you want somewhere to hang out during the day or something, there's a brewery in Dyersville that Jason gives. I think, what'd you say, Jason, half off coupons you're giving for your family members?
Yeah, over there at do they call that 7 Hills East, or what do they call that? I don't even know.
Be West, ain't it? 7 Hills
West.
Yeah,
West. Yep. 7 Hills West. Yep. It's the old bowling alley, RJ.
Yep. I mean, there's cool things in Dyersville. There's a brewery there. You got, there's just some neat things to do around. Don't be afraid to come out and adventure around Dubuque and whatnot during the day, and have a great time at the pull. I mean, the pull is going to be fun. I mean, there's not going to be, there'll be activities for kids. Jason, I think, is probably going to be in the pedal pull. I think, ain't you, Jason? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Whatever you need, RJ.
So, once he sets his Barbies down.
Well, yeah, like I said, his dad said he finally gave them up after some. It was. I forget how much money Mike said he spent in counseling, but it was expensive. That's all I know.
He had to sell his pulling tractor to pay for my counseling.
Exactly. I think that's what he said.
Dan.
I believe that's what he said. That's why you can only ever afford an Alice Chalmers pulling tractor. You could never buy anything else.
Yep, because my son plays Barbies. So.
Yeah.
No, hey RJ, we got to keep going because our the audience just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I'm guessing it's not because of me or Mike or Mackenzie. It's got to be because of you. So, the other mortgage lenders checking back in. Live music Saturday afternoon at the Milestone. I am in. So,
I'm worried about Brian starting at noon. and making it to the pole. I mean, but maybe we'll be fine. I mean,
is he related to John Daly by any chance, Brian?
Yeah, he's a hell of a golf. Yeah, he's a hell of a golfer. Yeah, that's our cousin too. Yeah, he might even, who knows, he could make an appearance. He could be there.
John Daly.
We don't know.
That would be about as American as it gets.
It just depends what's going on. He's got a busy schedule. We do have a helicopter pad. He could blaze in at any moment, so you never know. So
smoking a cigarette, drinking a Diet Coke with rum in it, and with a 9-iron on. With this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to start smoking as I leave the line with that semi. I'm going to flick my butt out right as I leave because I think that's what you got to do with the semi.
Yes.
So I might try it this weekend. So.
RJ, have you ever pulled in with the Battle of the Bluegrass down in Kentucky and Tennessee in that area?
No, I have not. No, that's a little too far south for me. I get a little nervous when I get down there. So, no, I just never been down that way. I mean, I've been down there. There's been a few. I went to Kentucky before with back at PPL, had it in Franklin that time at the TS deal. I went to that once, but no, never pulled the Battle of the Bluegrass. None of that stuff. No, I've been primarily just around. If I haven't been on the Grand National or PPL side, I mean, I've dabbled on a little ITPA Outlaw, but no, nothing down there ever. So,
Jared Hudson, howdy from the Race Safe Fuel Arrestor. What the hell does that mean, RJ? Do you recognize that name? Jared Hudson. Some people just drink and type in the comments too. So I mean, these people are not verified, RJ. Anybody?
It's all good. No, I don't. I'm not sure. I know so many people. I'm terrible with names sometimes, so I apologize. But no, it's going to be a good time. Come on out. I mean, there's a great chance of us, partying very late into the night. We got to shut the bar down at 2, but I'm sure we'll find a trailer or another place to party at. Come over here to the campground and hang out by all the campers. That usually gets a little rowdy. So.
RJ, do you plan on pulling in Monticello?
I usually always do go to Monticello, but this year it's not NTPA. It's a Western Series, I believe, this year.
Yeah, I think they're co-sanctioned with Badger State.
Yeah.
But didn't they used to have ECI during the day and NTPA, like Region 3 at night or Region 5?
Yeah, they used to. Well, no, ECI actually has been the night before always anymore.
Okay.
But I don't know yet, Andrew, because of the fact that Chapel Hill's that weekend and Henry, Illinois. So we got to run the 4-engine at Henry, and then we got to run the pros and the 4-wheel drive down at Chapel Hill. So, excuse me. So I don't want to commit to something I don't know yet. So, but
Jared just said he's a fan of you and the Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League. Well, thanks, Jared. RJ likes to have a fan. He doesn't have a lot of friends, but he has a couple fans. So
no. Like most of the time, people don't like me because I tell them how it is, just like I do to Jason all the time. Like everything I told you about Jason is true.
It's all true.
I'm telling you, everything here, I shoot it how it is. I mean, correct
me
if
when RJ calls me, I just say, "What did I do wrong?" And then he lets me know not fix that shit. That's how I do it. So it's all good.
No, you do. Actually, that is how you answer it half the time. To be honest, he really does.
Well, no, our friendship is past all like, hey, happy birthday stuff. It's just get this done or do this or whatever. I get it. I'm good. I'm a grown ass man. I mean, I used to play with Barbies. I admit it, but I've all grown up now. So this is a comment that makes me happy because this is where Steve got really hurt last year. On the mod. So this is they're coming back.
Yeah, it was a bad deal last year for the Bunnage family, and we felt terrible for them. We tried doing everything we could to make it ease everything, make it better. But I'm excited that Steve's coming back, and he made a couple nice runs down at Nashville. I was happy to see him make a couple good A to Bs, and I know he was just basically getting some data down there. That was only I think second or third and fourth time he's ever ran that new chassis and new engines. I mean, he literally flipped that whole tractor around, from what his old tractor was. He put a new chassis, all new engines, and him and Lisa worked their tail off on that thing. And it's going to be fun to see them back and redeem himself. And I know he's got some data from Nashville, and he's ready to rock. And there's no fear there. That's for sure. So
that is for sure. That is for sure. I know you've seen the list, and we're going to do a preview show Wednesday night on Full Pull at 6:30 Central before the second most popular podcast in pulling. Chase likes to say his is number one, but I know we are, so I'm not gonna. I have to show him the numbers, but
the pipeline.
Do you, RJ? Have you? And I don't want to don't say, but is there some new iron, kind of debuting this year, or different owners, or any storylines coming to Farley?
There's some new names in the 2-wheel drive game. The Corsa family is debuting their 2-wheel drive out.
Oh, cool! I didn't know they had a 2-wheeler.
Yeah, he's on the list. If according to the list, if he shows up there, that's pretty cool. They're great people. And it was pretty neat to see them. I'm still thinking this Simon family with this new semi being their first time at the Grand National. This guy right here is nervous as shit. So even though I made a couple passes on at Nashville, hometown crowd. First Grand National hook with it. I'm definitely gonna feel the jitters on that thing. But no new pro stocks are ready. If that's what you're hitting towards, Jason.
I might have been thinking that. I'm not gonna lie.
What will you be driving, and what will Brandon be driving this weekend?
I'm not sure. Brandon will drive the 4-engine mod for sure, and he'll be driving one pro for sure. I'm not sure what Brent's going to drive yet. I bet he drives 2 pros. I bet Brent just drives injected. I'm guessing it's all, whatever Brent wants to drive on that end. And then I haven't made up my mind yet on the 4-wheel drive if I'll drive that or let Kyle drive it or Sullivan, or if and then the 2-wheel drives. I have no idea yet if I'm going to run them all or if I'll have some of the other teammates run them. Honestly, it's kind of the last thing we really think about. It's just kind of, I don't know, fly by the seat of your pants type of deal. So, but Brandon, I'm sure he won't drive a 2-wheeler. He's usually not a 2-wheel drive guy. And I know he doesn't really have interest in that 4-wheel drive as far as driving wise. But I'll definitely be wheeling the semi. I'm pretty excited about that thing. I'm nervous, but it's fun. And I'm stoked about that to have semis here. And, that's probably what it'll be. I know that's not a full answer or what you're wanting to hear, but
no, I'm just
it's good insider information, and it's fun to see how that works and how you guys arrive at that, and kind of fun to hear that the semi will have you in it, and Brandon's going to stay on the modified, so that'll be cool.
Yeah. And as far as the favorite class I pulled in, I said it after we won that 4-wheel drive class on Friday there, and Brad come up just grinning ear to ear, and he was just like, that was awesome. And I'm like, yeah, that was cool. That was so much fun, and I'm just when you're winning, it doesn't matter what class you're in, it's fun, and that it's your favorite class when you're winning. It's just they're all different rides. They all drive different. You drive a 4-wheel drive way different than you drive a 2-wheeler, or way different than I jumped from a twin engine mod and basically went from 0 to nothing wide open with the throttle to a 4-wheel drive that you got to slip the clutch on to a pro stock that you're trying to build boost with. It's a lot to think about in your head, what you're doing different. Switches are all different. But I'm halfway decent multitasker and figuring it out and on my feet. Jason would be lost if he had to try to do anything different in his life. He's just one thing at once. He's good, Wouldn't you, Jason?
Yeah, I am truly amazed on your ability just to jump in different machines and do as well as you can. So
I'm ready for you to get on that diesel super and not be so scared in life.
I'm not scared. I want to focus on Full Pull Live and Outlaw TV, and it's hard to do both. You know that. So I want to be good at. I want to get good at that, and then I'll drive my tractor. And I want my dad. My dad, RJ, gave me my pull-in, and he paid for it back in the day. It's my turn to repay him, and we've always wanted a diesel super, and we tried it with that Agco, and that thing was a piece of crap, and we bought a good one, and I'm excited. So
Yep. No, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Your dad's a great man, and I think it's awesome what you're doing for him, and that just shows how you're raised and the respect you have for your family, and that shows a lot of character in you. And honestly, fans, me and Jason joke back and forth a lot, but really
we pick on each other a lot, actually.
But we do respect each other a lot, and I respect what he's done for the sport. And but we do it. Let's face it, we give each other a lot of hard time to get you guys to come on here and watch us pick on each other. So
it's all good. It's free.
Yeah.
So for now.
Yeah. Dakota says, looking forward to running against you in Toma, Wisconsin, their 4-wheel drive class. So
yeah, I hope I make it there. You
they just
never
debuted
know.
a new body style, didn't they? The Skuzix boys?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I saw something on Facebook.
Yeah, they had a second gen Dodge that they ran this weekend, I think.
Did they? Okay, cool.
Yep.
This has got to be Keith from Bowling Green. I'm positive it is. For a puller, is multiple days pulls more desirable?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When you go to a one-day hook, for instance, like us, if we have to drive all the way up to Ohio for a one-day hook, it is a slap in the face for us because it's a poke. It's a long drive for one day. I get it. Some of the fairs only have one night slated for a pull. I get it, but in my opinion, that's why the one-day pull is. That's why the region is out there. A one-day event, in my opinion, should be a region show or state or stuff like that, because the people are usually within a 1 to 2 state region. To drive 8-9 hours for one hook, it's a lot. It really is. It's a lot for anybody. It's a lot for the production team. If full pull's got to come to an event in Ohio for just one night, it's just a lot to do. They have to drag all that out there, and for anybody,
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching right now, you got questions for RJ or any questions about Farley, we're just having a good old fun conversation here again this Friday, Saturday, 6:30 start time Friday, 6 o'clock start time Saturday. Awesome track. I've heard so many good things. What's he doing? You making fun of me?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm going to choke RJ is what I'm going to do when I see him. But if anybody has any questions, throw them in the comments. RJ he'll answer about anything. So he'll answer about anything. I'm not putting that question at Bryson, so that's okay.
Oh, now I got to hop over and see.
Was it a bad question or what?
I hate that. How much money has he put into his vehicles? I hate asking pullers that question. It's a lot, and it's just
a lot less than a lot of people. One thing about us is which Jason knows this because he follows. He knows me enough. We don't build new vehicles. All of our vehicles are the first new vehicle. One of the first few new vehicles we built is going to be this Pro Stock that's going to debut later this year. And that's kind of collaboration with Blackburn's deal. But most of the time we buy a used one that somebody might be struggling with or just wants out of it, or, and that's what we do. We buy them used and make them into something. Our 4-engine mod, that was Long's. They were looking to get out. We bought the whole kit and caboodle and sold everything else off but that. So that's kind of our side gig. We're in the trucking, farming. And then the one thing I love to dabble in is just buying and selling things. And whether it's pulling haulers or pulling vehicles, doesn't matter what it is. I'll most of the time I'll buy it. Modifieds are the toughest thing to buy and sell. That's the only thing I don't. I'm very modifieds, and then I don't know enough about like hot farms or super farms and that kind of stuff. It seems wild, to some of these limited pros or super farms to pay almost $200,000 for it. It's like, wow, what the hell? Seems crazy. So
which vehicles in your fleet would you say are like originals? Like what comes to my mind would be the blue 4-wheel drive truck, and then the Simon Says Dodge 2-wheeler. Are those kind of your originals, or are there some others that you would put under that umbrella as well?
Those are the 2 originals. And actually, so the 4-wheel drive truck is actually, I don't think I couldn't get a picture to you because I have to pull my phone down. But so the 4-wheel drive truck is obviously one of the originals. And the first 2-wheel drive was originally called the Stampede. It was a Trans Am. And then my dad changed it to the Simon Says. That was his first 2-wheel drive. And actually that body, I did Brandon, what's he saying? He usually smokes a cig when he drives a super semi. Yeah, that son of a gun. That's my brother for you. But
we could make that meme, just so you know. So
yeah, okay.
Come to Farley and watch RJ drive a semi truck.
Because he lives in Ohio.
Okay.
So yeah, we got that original body, the Trans Am body, sitting in. Dean doesn't know if we're going to do a Camel or a Marlboro yet. Yeah, he's definitely one of the ones kicking behind all this too. So,
hey, real quick, is that one of who wasn't Brandon railing on? Oh, Phillips.
Yeah,
that's about the dual Facebook page.
Yeah. But we can't pick on Dean. We give him enough shit for forgetting the suspension, so we can't give him shit about his Facebook.
Dean, you had to light it for him. Look, that's awesome.
Well, Dean always gives me a good luck squeeze, so that's always helps me out. So
that's awesome. That is awesome.
But yeah, that transit was just $10 now. Oh, shucks.
Let's go pulling after dark. This is the after. This is the.
Yeah, where was that picture? Where can we find a picture? Is that like would Dan Mayer have that on his Facebook page? The Stampede?
You might. I don't know. It's I literally have the body. I found the body. It's actually sitting in here, and I actually, back then they were short wheelbases, and the motor was set like in the middle of the chassis. Like it would not be. If I built it back today, it wouldn't be compatible at all. But I really want to build it back just to have it, just to be like, all right, I got it. It's rolling. It could hook if I want to hook it, just to say I got it. Because there's no Trans Ams or like the old funny car bodies like there were back in the day. It's just truck bodies or T-buckets.
Yeah.
Kind of cookie cutter stuff. So.
I've seen pictures of it before. There's a book. My father had a book it was just called like Tractor Pulling, and it was from like the 80s, and it's got a picture of it. It actually had weights that you could hang. It had weights that hung out on the front of the rack.
I got it here somewhere. I got it.
I wish I had that book. We've got several of these old pictures at home. But it was blue and white, wasn't it?
Yep, it's still blue and white with the guy.
I got my assistant working hard right now to find it.
Yeah. The weights hung out in front of the body. I remember seeing pictures of it.
And Simon says it's like trucks. Do a Google search on that.
Who's in that picture, RJ?
That'd be my dad and Steve, and I'm not sure who else it is. Probably one of my uncles or cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Steve on the pre-show on our countdown to pull time. That'd be fun.
Yeah, he loves.
So that was the same vehicle, and he switched it to the Dodge, the Dakota body style on top of it.
Nope. Then he went to Then he sold that chassis, and he had a brand new Engler. Steve went down to Brandon says, "Hold it still." Sorry, Brandon. It's really hard to hold it to your phone. You can't. He's hard to please. I didn't drive his pro stock good enough for him Saturday or Friday either. I sucked. So
during our full pull.live broadcast, I saw you texting. I said, I guarantee he's texting his brother. So
where should I go? He's supposed to be the little brother and supposed to be respecting me, but he always yells at me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Some you wouldn't believe. Like wish I had dates on these. But don't. Like this is the picture of the Chevy body getting painted. The one that I had that I just won with last weekend.
Oh yeah.
I've got a picture on my Facebook of it. Captain, what were the other ones? Captain May I or something like that. All hauled in on a flatbed truck.
Yep. I got them.
That was when they had the scissor lift bodies on them.
All right, we found it. Oh, hold on. Let me make that big. Give me a second, RJ. Yeah.
This is 1986, November of 1986, it says on it.
And your hauler was like iconic too for back in the day.
That's still sitting in the shed. We still have that.
Kenzie, do a screen share. Throw that up there. There it is. Make that big.
Yep, that's the exact body that's sitting in the shed right now. Yeah,
Is that you
pretty
on
neat.
the left side?
Who's that in the back left, RJ, in that picture? Can you tell?
I don't know, but looks like he's got Jason Schultz's shorts on.
Relentless.
Boom, Mike.
Boom. That actually was. You've been picking on me all night, and that was actually one of the funny ones. So.
I'm pretty sure they were all funny. I didn't hear anyone else not laughing, but you.
Brian, you're the second best mortgage lender on the show right now. Says Deb Scoot. What does that mean?
Deb Shooty.
Shooty. Oh, okay.
He corrected himself.
Oh, Shooty. There you go.
That's a
That's
girl.
who that was.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I'm trying to find a picture of Norm when he was back when he used to have some killer hair, which Norm is Brian Daly. We call him Norm. But he used to have hair. He lost it all in a pulling accident, I think, or just old age. I'm not sure. I got all kinds of good stuff in here. Dan Mayer would eat his heart out over this thing.
Yeah, he would. You better not show that to him this weekend. So
I should actually. Yeah, so all them trucks will be here. Yep, that one. That's the iconic Dodge. That's the original body that was built in 1986. I'm trying to think where that was at.
So Daly says, pull out the TNN Motor Madness.
That looks like Toma. I bet that's Toma.
That looks like Toma.
Yeah, that's Toma. But I was trying to figure out whose toter that was, but because I was like, gosh, I know I've owned that toter. But what did Brandon just say about his hair?
I'm not sure if he says doing home loans. He lost his hair, I think, and how he lost his hair. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how I did it, doing home loans.
He fat fingered it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Jason,
Brian says
Jason,
Dusty Rhodes and my
is your hair, Jason, is your hair still all original, or did you lose it?
Yeah, I'm original. I'm original.
I didn't know. I didn't know if those are plugs or not.
He's going back to I used to for my Barbie dolls though. I would put plugs on Barbie's hair. So.
Yeah. So you remember that show, that Dusty Rhodes show?
Yeah.
That was a cool one with my dad. Then he did. There's a segment in there. Where he says, how do you say that? He goes, "Oh, this is our trailer. It's not much, but it's our home away from home." And he opens the door, and it's like, I don't know, a really fancy hotel. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, there's the Sampico bucket. That was a fun truck. Sold that to Russell Phipps. But
Russell's building a twin engine mod now, isn't he?
He's building some kind of modified. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah.
Dusty needs to join Full Pull Live. Let's do it. Let's do it, Brian. Set it up. Set it up.
Yeah.
We're just flipping through some pictures on your Facebook page, Arch. So
yeah, that's all good.
That looks like Hillsboro.
That's my dad right there driving that one. I can tell by the white helmet.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
That's your son picture. Is that your son taking them pictures there?
Yes.
Rory?
Yep.
Oh.
That was from 2016. We gave him a camera that weekend and he went to town. So, yep. Brian, this is good. RJ should be on every week. This is great. I think we could, as long as it's after baseball practice, we can do that. So.
Yeah, this is a good one. Whoever made this meme, I'd like to know. I think it was Big Rye made this that time. Yeah.
It's on Clayton's photo.
I don't remember who made it, but yeah, somebody, yeah.
I bet, yeah, that's something he would do. RJ, where did my hair go? Farley, Iowa. No, I think I made some of those up just having fun with the memes.
You did that one, I think.
Yeah, memes were just for a while there. People shared the crap out of them. It was good to promote with them. So
this is the one thing. Hey, anyone's listening knows where that body is or that truck. I will give you a hell of a finder's fee. Did you hear that?
That's the old Miller Lite, right?
Miller. That's the old Miller.
Is this Jasky? Is that a Jasky machine?
It was a Jasky. Then my dad had bought it. And then my dad, I was pretty young, but the way I understood is my dad had traded that to a tire guy down in Indiana and was supposed to get tires in trade and then ended up basically not getting paid for it and lost the truck and it was a bad deal. But yeah, but that body, Steve drove that truck all the time. And I mean, like today it wouldn't compete in modern today, but it would sure be fun to have. I don't know. I always just think all that nostalgic stuff's cool as hell.
It is awesome. Okay, so here's the comment of the night so far. This I saw this. Mike Hall, party at Brandon Simon's trail camera while in Farley so we can all be Facebook famous.
Hey,
Mike,
just so you guys know, if none
Mike,
of you guys,
that is money. That is money.
so
Mike.
Polar's coming into Farley. Mike is actually the one that helps park us at Bowling Green. So he actually is coming up to Farley to park all the haulers here at the Farley Nationals. So let me know. I will personally give you his cell phone to call him, whether it's 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So payback's the son of a
That's when he's best
biscuit.
reached at, right? Prefers to keep those hours. Best reached at, quarter after 3.
He loves parking haulers.
Call Mike for parking. Yeah, Brandy says.
Yeah.
We can put his number right on the screen, RJ, if you want to get him good. So it's all good.
Oh, he'd love that. It'd be perfect. I'd be parked in the horse park next year.
At your own place. Some people.
Phil Max in the house.
Okay, Andrew Sprock says, in the process of building the Sprock Farms truck, my dad copied the framework to build his. Took a bunch of pictures, still the same frame on there 30 years ago. I wonder which truck he was talking about. I'm trying to keep up with the comments.
What's that?
I'm not sure. That's a 2-wheeler from way out west. It's one of those old bucket trucks. I mean, we might have got tagged in it or whatever. That's probably it. So how many, Jeff Stith has, how many pulling vehicles do you have? Like right now that are yours and Brandon's, RJ?
I don't know. What do you call it, a vehicle?
Well, I mean,
like a chassis and everything, like the whole.
Like it could pull this weekend if there was a class at Farley for it.
Oh, the red sign that says Trekkie copied. That's okay. Sorry.
So it'd be I gotta think 3, 4. It's like 8.
Nice.
I like, my favorite part is that you don't have a precise number immediately ready. Like, you're in the rocking and rolling business when you're like, A, define what that means, and B, like, oh yeah. I was like, it's kind of like, where are my kids at when you're grocery shopping at Walmart? Like, yeah, they're around here somewhere,
Brandon's count was perfect. It's 8 to 11.
Sounds like a blower size or something like that.
And just so you guys know, that's also the hours Jason works, 8 to 11 a.m., 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yeah, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m.
He's a banker or home loan. 8
a.m. to 11 p.m.
No, 8 to 11 a.m.
I can't wait to meet Brian Daly. We're gonna take a selfie this weekend, Brian Daly.
Actually, I want him we need to get him on the pre-show, because especially Saturday, because if he starts at noon, it's liable to be funny as all get out.
Yep, that's fine. Long as Brandon doesn't say bad things about me on Facebook afterward, that's all I ask. So,
well, Brandon won't be watching the live stream, so you should be good. But he really didn't say anything mean.
I know. I'm just picking on him.
He wasn't. He wasn't the guy that called you Joe Buck.
Somebody called me Joe Buck.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they said this is like watching Joe Buck.
That's not a good thing. I don't think that's. I don't think
no, people hate Joe Buck.
I've learned, RJ, that about half the people like me and half the people hate me. There's no Jason Schultz is okay. You either love me or hate me. So it's all good. I just hang out with the people that love me. So it's all good.
I hear you. That ain't all bad either.
Brandon Simon said he's going to have a booth next to you, Jason. Yeah, sweet. My teeth aren't black. Yeah, that's Kevin Moore's fault. We took the tape off my trailer, RJ. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Huh. But that was funny. I mean, I thought it was a good joke. I deserve all of that stuff. So.
For sure.
Right. If you buy me beer, I love you. All right. He's pretty easy.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. I love it. I love it.
So like next year, what do you think the odds if we could get Schultz Mortgage to sponsor the Diesel Super Class? What do you think the odds of that happening and we get that tractor up here next year, Jason?
I think pretty damn
I like
good.
Putting you on the spot here for that sponsorship right in front of all these fans.
I think if mortgage rates would drop about 1.5 points, RJ, life would be a lot more fun right now. But yeah, I think if the Diesel Super's got to pull in Farley, I think I could find. Can I make like monthly payments, like installments or something like that?
Yeah, just start now and just send them to me now.
Friendship dues.
What do you need? What do you need for a class sponsor?
I mean, I need a lot from you. because everything I've done for you over the years. I mean, look at the views you're getting tonight alone because I'm on here.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. And like, you ought to see the money. Like the PayPal is just trickling in. Like just people giving us stars and bonuses.
You had to mute your phone because that Cash App kept going or whatever, that cha-ching. Every time I'm with Jason Schultz, I do hear the cha-ching, the little deposit noise walking around because his phone's always getting the Venmo or whatever.
That's Shopify selling t-shirts. Brandon says 20K. If rates would go down, I'm not afraid. But right now, I can't do 20K. So,
hey, but I'm pretty sure by next year the rates will go down. We'll be good.
Yep.
So
I mean, Travis and all the guys would love to pull at your track. I mean, your track's got a great reputation. Diesel Supers like to get on good tracks. So
yeah, Ken Payne came up to me and did some pretty good politicking for me. You got to get me up there next year. I want power tracks. So I said, all right, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can get Jason Schultz to throw some money at this deal. So, and he's like, yeah, that some bitch can afford it. We all know that.
I would say right now, as of today, I could do at least 2,500. I'd like to do $5,000 next year. RJ, let me if rates come down a little bit, right? I'm saying this live. I'm not afraid. If we can get Diesel Supers at Farley, I'll help.
Hey, I'm in. Yeah, no, it'd be something to see your dad be up here in the big state of Iowa, only out a little right around an hour from the old homestead.
Yep, he'd love it.
Not even 45 minutes, I guess, ain't it?
Yeah, no, he can just zoom right up. Be pretty neat. Be pretty neat.
See if we can get the old Carsons to come up and watch. We get all his old buddies up here.
Yeah, the milestone would be jumping that night. That's good for beer sales when my dad and those guys come around. So.
Yeah, Jason would definitely have to buy a bigger motorhome. That's for sure.
That is for sure. Okay, Cody says I'm clipping this. Please do, Cody. You can call me. I'm not gonna lie to Simon.
No, he knows better.
Ooh, Aaron Doctor's in. Let's do Diesel Super Stocks in Farley. I like it.
All right. My old buddy Aaron's in. I like that.
I like it. Pro Polar Tires checking it out. So.
Oh yeah.
No, it'd be a hoot. No, I want to. Diesel Supers are cool. You know that, and let's get them going again. So I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, that's what was it. John Belfast that had the tractor this weekend that had issues.
Yes,
he walked up to me and goes, "When are you going to get a Diesel Super?" I'm like, never. Yeah. That was after his explosion. He asked me when. I said never.
Then he said the right thing. I will. Beans, I know a guy who runs a social media over there at Full Pull. I'm gonna share a clip. I think I can do this without asking Chase. I might get a letter from his attorney. I'll find out later. See here. Yeah, Full Pull. If you have questions for RJ, please jump in. We're promoting Farley for him, helping him out. We want to fill those stands up. RJ, what's the history? So when did you start having pulling in Farley? Was it like 17 and 18? Was it 16? Do you remember? Was it before that?
What year did you and me help? We did it. Me and you did one just on our own. That was when we had the two partners on the racetrack.
It's kind of a brush pull.
Yeah, we kind of did it, but we had a hell of a turnout, and it was actually a good event. Ended up just barely got the what the hell? When did it rain? The second day out? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. First day we got in, and the second day we got a couple classes in, and it just
that was on the old track. That was when you were pulling on the racetrack, right?
That was actually on the racetrack, and it actually was a good event. I mean, we had a good show, and everything went good. And then we had, I think, a year or two off, and then 2020 was the first year. So this would be the fourth year. Fourth year of we had 2 years of PPL. This is the second NTPA event.
Okay.
We had 2 Pro Pulling League events, and then so
I put Kent Payne on the profile picture of a Full Pull because of his beat all those Alkies the other night. So
yeah, he did. Is that because you're a little biased though, the Diesel Supers, you think?
No, I don't think I had anything. I wasn't running the laser, Simon. So.
No, I didn't say that.
The picture. Yeah, I know a guy. I know a guy.
He says.
Ooh, let's watch the big stud. Yeah, let's watch the big stud.
I will say that Light Supers put on one of the best Light Super shows I've seen in a long time. Both nights.
Yeah, I agree.
That was a fun show to watch.
RJ, how many years have you been going out to Benson?
Too many to count. I was out there the first one. I don't think I missed one.
Did crowd wise, was there a Saturday night crowd? Was that one of the bigger ones you'd seen, or not really? Or
no, probably the biggest one was 2 years ago. I want to say the only year PPL was there. Man, that place was packed.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. The biggest crowd, I shouldn't say it's the biggest, but the first year it was there, he had just bought it. The asphalt wasn't there. It was all grass. All the pullers were parked. That very first year, man, that was a
Chance brings
that place was standing room only.
So here is the well, I was asking their general manager, and he didn't really know any numbers like that, so I do it. Yeah. But here's this is a chain breaker, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Bell fences, and this was a pretty horrific explosion from a diesel super stock. Makes you want to cry a little bit. So.
Chase runs indoors. Chase runs outdoors. Chase goes out west. Chase goes down south. I enjoy watching the tractor pull. I also enjoy just literally walking around and seeing the artwork and the quality of the vehicle that he's bringing to the show each time. But over here is John Belafonte and from Salem, Alabama on the chain breaker diesel tractor.
Now watch, he's
running in this super stock open class.
He's got a spool 4 turbos, and if you watch as he brings those up, that smoke right now is white. It's going to start turning gray. It's going to go to a coal black, and then that water injection is going to kick in. He's going to have to get all 4 of those turbos spooling at one time.
And for those of you who are tuning in, because this is a complimentary show, and we want you to take a part of it, we want you to be a part of Full Pull and watch and love truck and tractor pulling and being entertained as much as we are. They would call that stages. He's a 4-stage system.
No, he's a dual stage system.
Dual stage system.
So what he's doing,
2 pressurizing 2.
Right.
Okay.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
He's feeding 2 smaller turbos and 2 bigger turbos.
So it's like the hamster on the wheels got to start spinning the first one. Then the second hamster needs to catch up.
That basically what, and I haven't seen his setup per se, but in a lot of cases you'll have 2 smaller turbos.
Look at RJ.
Or maybe 3 smaller turbos feeding 1 larger turbo. So that's the way it
Did they have to listen to these guys
It just
talk the
depends
whole
on
night?
what setup they're
Oh,
running.
shit.
And what they're looking for. Here we go.
Ooh. Ow.
So now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, I would say no, the turbo blew apart.
Ow.
But what?
Yeah,
like the
Tough
side
break.
shield
He
blew
had
off,
a
though,
lot of
because
time. Had a
Let's lean
because
back,
of
make
that
sure he's
much boost.
okay.
yeah.
No oil,
Right.
no fire.
Yep.
It's coming out of the cab nice and clean.
Everything
He's obviously
stayed
frustrated
contained.
and checking his own vehicle.
Yeah.
And he gave
We
it
got a
all he
good
can.
side
Look at his hands
shot
in
of
the
it
air.
right there. And the wheel's
Oh,
still spinning.
Okay, so
RJ,
what you're
on
seeing
the
there
intake.
is the
Split
turbo
that
blanket.
charger.
Yeah.
So let's do a little review.
Look at
Earlier this year, and you can still see that
turbo.
compressor side wheel
Yep.
still spinning.
Intake
Scott,
faster.
our camera guy, is an adamant puller, passionate.
And then the tech official kicked us out of there, so it's all good.
Yeah, that was violent. That was that one went big boom in a hurry.
The one guy seen a comment somewhere. One guy was like, "Oh, you should have, everything didn't stay in there. That's why the side shield." No, really, the side shield just popped off because of the air.
Yeah.
Because all the air had to go out somewhere, and obviously it just basically blew it off like that's all like a big air compressor unloading right there. That's what blew off. Everything stayed in that blanket, everything stayed under the hood.
Yeah. Well, when you post something like that, RJ, everybody's got an opinion on it. You know that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
It's all good.
Especially
It's all
Jason.
good.
Always has that.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, RJ, let's put his poster up one more time, Kenzie. And then
It's behind your head.
No, that's a promo there, smart ass. So let's see here.
Rather be a smartass than a dumbass. Just so we're clear.
Get in line, buddy. Get in line. All right, take us through everything, RJ. Put your promoter hat on, sir.
All right, yeah. So this Friday night, June 7th, 6:30, be at Farley, 300 Raceway, which is right off of exit 300 on Highway 20. That's why it's 300 Raceway. And then also on Saturday night, 6 p.m., same show. We got Super Farms, Pro Stocks, two-wheel drives, four-wheel drives, super semis, modified tractors. Like I said, 18 modified tractors. That's huge. It's going to be an awesome show. And many pullers, not just, I'm not saying this because it's my track, but a lot of pullers have told me the best outdoor track, hands down, all year long, as far as what kind of power it's going to take. And, it's a clay track. It'll be fun. You'll see a lot of trucks and tractors pick the wrong gear and snuff it, and it's a lot of. We're gonna have fun each night. Saturday we're starting at noon with some bands and the Milestone. Come on out, support that if you want. If you're into that, if you're like having fun, but if you don't like having fun, stay home. But it's a good time. I mean, Raider Implement is presenting this whole deal. They're really helping us out. We're going to have a new 715 quad track there on display as well. So if you're interested in looking at one of them or want to see one of them, that's pretty cool. One of them new tractors. Gate price is $25, I believe. Gosh, I hope so. But yeah, I'm 99% sure. But $25. Kinsey, can you pull up on our Facebook? I'm sure it's on there. I'd appreciate that because you're such a great tech person, way better than Jason. That's why he has you sitting there.
That's why he hired me.
Exactly, because he sucks. He's a hell of an announcer, though, guys. But he's gonna help. He's gonna help me. He's gonna help me.
Stop. Just stop.
He's going to help me this weekend when he does the winners interviews. It's going to be funnier than hell because I'm going to bash him really hard when he's standing next to me. He's going to be like, I don't know what to say right now, but this, gosh darn it, why did I sign up for this?
It's my job.
No, you guys, this is great what you're doing for the sport. I appreciate it. All you fans, come on out, share this video, share our stuff. Jason's been doing great putting it out there on NTPA and Beer Money, and I've been sharing the stuff. Simon Says Motorsports and 300 Raceway, all that. Share it on your Facebook. Come on out, bring some friends. Yep. It'll be a blast. And then one cool thing we do that's on there, I believe, Kinsey, is I think it's 70 and older. It's free.
Yep.
That's cool.
Kind of coming up right now.
My dad started that when he bought this place. He really respects his elders and did a great job of that. And he's always been that way. So 70 and old and over, come on in, have fun.
That is cool.
You deserve it. Yeah. And military veterans, $20, students, 13, 17, $20, 12 and under free. Come on out. Let's pack this place. Let's pack Farley. Let's have fun. Let's watch some awesome pulling. It's been so wet, I think, everywhere around here, at least in the Midwest. I don't know how Wisconsin's been, but at least for us down here, it seems like it rains every day. We have no rain in the forecast after Wednesday. We got beautiful weather. You probably want a sweatshirt. It sounds like it's going to be in that high 50s in the later evening, but in the mid 70s, during the day for a high. But it'll still be fun. You won't have to worry about sweating your tail off or nothing. We're gonna have a blast. It's just
the weather looks perfect, RJ.
Yeah, and we're gonna have this show done in 3 hours and 15 minutes to 3 hours and 25 minutes. You mark my word.
That many hooks?
Yep, we're gonna have it done. If we don't, then Jason Schultz will see RJ pissed, and he's seen that before. So
a couple times recently, actually. It's a good time. So
and I that's what the goal is to run this show through fast so you fans can see a great show and get home. So each night, we'll be done before 10. so you can be home at a decent time, or go to your hotels, or come in the Milestone, just party with us and go out to your camper. We don't care. It's going to be a blast. Like I said, open pits, come on out. You can show all your kids the tractors, talk to the drivers, and, don't be afraid to ask, take a picture with them, get their autograph, any of that stuff. I mean, pullers love that stuff. I mean,
They do.
You don't be afraid of talking to them and asking them questions, Like Jason said, one question though, don't ask how much something costs. That is a monotonous question, honestly, but you can ask it, but I wouldn't do it. Right, Jason?
I don't like that question.
I mean, that's just my opinion. That's one thing I wouldn't, but if you want to know anything else, how much horsepower, what is under the hood, or what it is. I mean, it's pretty crazy what these machines are doing for horsepower wise out of what they are. I mean, I don't know of any other motorsport in the, out there that's putting this kind of horsepower to the ground. I mean, these 4-engine and 3-engine mods and pro stocks. And I mean, all this stuff is it's pretty crazy what kind of horsepower they're making right now. I mean, the semis, the super farms even. I mean, I'd like to, the super farms classes, they're making some good gains anymore. So,
yep, they sure are. And I still want to go back to the comment of the night, Mike Hall. I owe you a free T-shirt. That is freaking money. I just love it.
Comment of the night. I want to see, but just remember now, Brandon's a sharpshooter too, so he's got a lot of weapons. So the sign that says we'll shoot first and ask questions later. So I would definitely stay off that property.
Brandon did say, unless your checkbook is out, then it's different. Laugh out loud.
Okay.
then you'll see how much stuff costs.
Yeah. You can ask how much it costs then, I guess. But we're gonna have a good weekend, a lot of fun. If you got any questions, go on to 300 Raceway. You can message us, or you can call us at 563-744-3620. So, RJ, are you?
I think Chuck's being funny.
Well, I don't know what he's saying. Are you?
Because you're so close. Are you just going to haul him into the infield?
No, we just drag him over there, Chuck. Nope, you're all good, buddy. But no, and one thing about our infield, I will just mention to the fans, Tim, you can get my autograph, but it's going to cost you. And you should really change your name to Uno on there. It's for sale, not on sale. Yes, you're right. Norm knows that. So Jason knows that too.
I do. That was one of the best things.
Text me his number for parking.
But please call Mike for parking.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, we definitely want you guys to come out, support this event. It's going to be fun. I mean, Jason Schultz is going to be there, and that's a big deal. I mean, he only comes to the big name events anymore, because he's made so much in this pulling in this beer money thing. Like, in Wisconsin, he has his own. I mean, that's why he had to start his own mortgage lending company, because he had so much money. He lends out money to other people. I mean, that's why, if you guys didn't get it, I mean, he's made so much money on social media. It's just, wow. Ask anybody. I mean, everyone knows. Yeah, this is the first time the bus came out. Last week the bus came out like 5 times. So I will say that I was pretty good tonight. And if that's the first time you get hit with the bus, and the only reason I knew all that is because I happened to look up Jason's financials, because he wanted to buy something. I wanted to be like, can he afford this? And I was like, holy shit, this guy makes Donald Trump look like, just nothing.
I asked him for monthly installments on my sponsorship for next year, and he thinks I'm loaded.
No, that's how you make it. You know that the interest in the bank's making you more money. You're not a dummy. He's a smart man. I know what he's doing. I
love it.
But no, everyone, it's going to be fun. I mean, we're going to be like this the whole time. I'm going to grab Jason and rip on the mic and hear him a few times this next week, and we're gonna have a good time. And I just come on out and support it. If you can't come out, go to Full Pull Live, support them, get on that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there's any betting this weekend or anything like that. I don't
know.
But it'll be real soon. Close. It's real close. In the next couple events, guys, that's going to be live. There's kind of a little bit of a soft launch down in North Carolina and that was kind of cool. So just be prepared. Keep an eye on that. and be ready for that. Chase is doing a lot of cool things with that deal. Yeah, real excited. Can't thank Mike and Kinsey and the other guys enough. Jason, that's his name, for tonight. And all the commentary, everyone, we had the other, Mike Hall and stuff like that coming on and helping us. And it's exciting. He's going to be parking everybody. And I think he parks people by the tip you give him. So just throwing that out there, bring cash.
Brandon's really pushing for his number. So
yeah, Mike for parking. Brandon has his number. He's telling you to contact Mike. He's Mike Hall. He just commented on guys. Just ask him for a friend request right now. Send him friend request. All you fans, go to Mike Hall. Just hit a friend request. Yep. We're gonna it'll be the best time of your life coming out to Farley this weekend. I can guarantee you that.
I'm looking forward to it.
Then are we still crushing the IROC or the Cadillac, or what are we crushing this weekend?
Yeah, we can do.
We haven't crushed anything. Yeah, we got a Chevy Blazer we bought, so it's all good.
We could crush something. It'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it, Jason? What do you got to crush?
I'd rather not crush anything right now, RJ. But that IROC joke, that was a good prank they got on me a couple years ago. So
yeah, you need to bring that back out and resurface that video. That was.
I will.
I don't know if a lot of people seen that, but man, that was still the funniest damn thing I ever seen. So just because anytime someone rips on Jason, it's a blast.
Mike Hall says bring extra campers.
Yep. Extra campers. Yeah, Mike loves it when you park next to your hauler with a camper. He really enjoys it. So
here, I'm gonna get Mike's. I'm not friends with Mike. I'm sending Mike a Facebook friend request right now.
Yeah, you'll see him at Bowling Green. You probably won't get your camper in. Mike, make sure he doesn't get his camper in.
Let's get to here. I'm gonna share his profile so everybody knows what it looks like. Give me a second here.
Oh, you're a jerk.
So everybody send Mike Facebook friend request there.
Oh shit, he's gonna kill all of us.
So I got 68 mutual friends with him right now. So Kyle Matcham, he's Dragway 42 promoter. Talked to him earlier tonight. Emma Shell had some friends. So scroll down his Facebook page here. So there's Mike Hall. He updated his cover photo in 2022.
That's his son, I believe. Can't tell, but yeah.
That's a runner.
Yep, that's his son.
I love it. Everybody said Mike Hall Facebook friend request. On behalf of Brandon and RJ Simon. So.
Yeah, keep it going all night. As long as you can get them dings going, it'll be perfect.
Yeah.
Get his phone dinging. So.
I love it. All you need is money.
All you need.
Oh, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, no, come on. Why don't we me and Jason got to talk. I got to wrestle his arm about a few other things going on, but
yep. So we're gonna so hang tight on the stream, okay, RJ? So
all right.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Dragway 42 this weekend in West Salem, Ohio. Then where do we go? I forget it. Ravenna, Nebraska, June 7th and 8th. Pike County, Illinois this Wednesday and Thursday, and we're missing one.
Lamar, Missouri.
Lamar, Missouri, June 8th. So a lot of pulling going on this weekend. And Kenzie, play our goodbye video. Thanks for watching tonight. Thank you for all the comments. And,
my favorite poll though is Farley, Iowa, guys, this weekend.
That's what it's all about. This weekend. Be there.
Let's make some noise. Good running. John Deere, Animal Deep Iowa coming up. We got one right behind you.